WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
How we doing today? Tiki Barber has fled the country. He said a week with Evan and no Shaun Morash, I have to leave the country. He'll be back soon. Shaun Morash is back. We got a lot to talk about. Jet fans, we should celebrate. We are not the dumbest organization in football. We are not the most pathetic organization in football. So you got to take your small victories somewhere. We'll get into that a little bit later on, our reaction to the Giants and Jets from the preseason. But I'll tell you, the Yankees story, Shaun, is funny to me. They had a great weekend. They're within 3 games of first place in the American League East. We'll certainly get into that as the show rolls on. But the top story around the Yankees always seems to be injury updates. And we got a mixed bag this weekend. Cody Bellinger's back. Good. Aaron Judge is trending his way back slowly. Good. But Ryan Weathers goes on the IL, and the inevitable Giancarlo Stanton re-injury has occurred, and in all likelihood, he's done for the year, and it's certainly possible we never see Giancarlo Stanton ever again.
Yeah, which is crazy because it'll change a lot about legacy and all that other stuff, but that's for another day. Look, this is where you have made the argument you can never have too much starting pitching. I guess the argument is you can never have too many first base DHs because we had that argument about Luis Garcia Jr. and Ben Rice and Judge and how do they all play when they all come back. And in the end, the odds were between Bellinger, Judge, or Stanton. Likely one was going to have a setback some way or another, and it turns out to be Stanton, where this whole summer has been about setbacks. And just to read the report in real time, Evan, that he fell down while running so bad that I thought it was a Wesley Steinberg Yankee tweet. I thought it was fake when I first read that he fell down.
I agreed with you, and I have this saying around here. I say it to you all the time. I don't believe it unless I hear it.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll start it off. Let's hear Aaron Boone explain that Giancarlo Stanton, I don't want to laugh because I feel bad, fell down in re-injuring his calf.
Unfortunately, it strained his other calf. In his running a couple days ago, had fallen and the other calf is strained. So
he fell? He's running the bases, and he fell. Like, Aaron, can I give you some advice? Don't say that.
No, because that sounds like the joke.
Shut up, Tubby.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Right.
You picture him like looking for the hand to pick him up. How sad is that?
Just say he ran and he felt something in his other calf.
That's it. He fell down.
When he said fell down, and I got it the same way you did, I read it at first, and I applied that rule. I said, I need to hear Aaron Boone actually say that Giancarlo Stanton fell down. Look, it's sad because this is a guy who came here with an immense amount of talent. It's sad because we know what he's capable of doing in October.
Yep.
It's not sad in that you relied on him. Like, I think you're right. I think we've sat here for the last few weeks and months and talked about Giancarlo Stanton hypothetically coming back, but you always knew in the back of your mind something like this could happen.
Yeah.
But it just sucks because Stanton's legacy with the Yankees is about performing in October. And there was a real chance that, all right, he'll miss basically 90% of the season, but if he comes back in October and adds a punch to this lineup, whether it's off the bench, whether it's a DH only against lefties, whether it's playing every day, there was no negative to Giancarlo coming back, and it just sucks that after weeks and months of hearing about it and speculating about it, that he fell down, and now he's not going to play this year.
And where else it sucks, too, is everything at the beginning of the season when some uttered the words 98 Yankees was tied to a lot of the messaging coming out of the mouth of Giancarlo Stanton about not standing for the step backward they took last year versus Toronto, about, you know, taking that step this year, making sure you get home field. Like, all of that leadership stuff we heard coming out of the clubhouse and the meetings all stemmed from Giancarlo Stanton. So for him now to miss this ride, when we all said it too when he went down, which was, hey, whenever he comes back, just get him back for October.
Right.
That feels empty for him. But yet, because the season has evolved, because this roster has evolved, because now we've seen a couple young shining stars as well kind of take that mantle and give this team new blood and new energy. I sat there this weekend when I got the Giancarlo Stanton news in a stunning turn of events. I really didn't care. Mm-hmm. And I know that sounds crass and sounds hard. I don't care that Giancarlo Stanton is not going to be there for the rest of the ride. Now, I might eat those words in October if you go, man, you could have used that bat. But it kind of feels like this Yankee team should not need Giancarlo Stanton. It almost feels like a completely different Yankee team than the one Giancarlo Stanton left. And the Yankees should be A-OK getting through the American League without him.
Here's where it's disappointing, despite the idea, because I've heard this said and I understand it. Well, things are less complicated now. If Aaron Judge needs to DH, that makes things less complicated since Stanton isn't coming back. Have we not learned yet about the 2026 Yankees that just when you think you're getting guys back, someone else is going to get hurt?
Right. Judge could get hurt. I mean, Garcia could get hurt.
Anybody can get hurt.
But
we just saw it with the pitching. I got lectured by you and others. The Yankees have too much pitching. They don't need pitching. And guys have gotten hurt.
Yeah, okay.
Ryan Weathers may not pitch again this season. We'll see. Max Fried, at least it looks good that he's going to come back, but there's a scare around Max Fried. Like, you never have enough players, period, stop. You know what I mean? Like, you never have enough anything.
But we already, I guess the reason I don't care is you're right. And like, there could get 2 injuries where it completely changes everything. But we've already now moved on to our next controversy, which is going to be when Aaron Judge comes back, how does Spencer Jones sit and does Trent Grisham sit? So my point was they're already one more deep in the lineup right now, even without Stanton. But that's right now.
So here's the crazy thing about Stanton. His legacy with the New York Yankees is that he's missed a ton of time in the regular season, and he's been a great postseason player. Yeah, last year's postseason wasn't great, but you have to look at the entire sample size. Yeah. The guy's played 48 postseason games for the Yankees, and his numbers have been awesome. He's been a great postseason player.
Pandemic, he killed him, but that's whatever. He was entitled.
Here's the stat of Giancarlo Stanton that, to me, defines his Yankee legacy, and then it's up to the individual to determine how they want to feel about it. Assuming he doesn't play another game this season, and I think that is a fair assessment.
This is not one of those assume makes an ass out of you or me. I mean, we've basically been told he's not playing again.
That means at the end of this season, in 1,356 potential New York Yankee regular season games, Giancarlo played in 764 of them. That's that's 56% of the regular season games, which actually sounds high. Like if I told you to guess the percentage of games Stanton has played of available games for the Yankees, you probably would have guessed lower than 56%. Is that fair to say?
Yes, because it feels like he's always hurt, and he appears in October.
Now, 56% is not a great number. It means he's missing 44% of the time.
Yes, but you expected him to miss more than that based on what we've seen.
Absolutely. Now, he had a full season his first year here. That certainly helps. Like when you play 158 out of 162 games, that's a big help. But on the other side, of the 52 postseason games the Yankees have played, he has missed only 4 of those games.
And they were all in that series with the Rays.
They were all in that series against the Astros.
Oh, the Astros.
In 2019, the American League Championship Series. He missed games 2, 3, and 4, and he missed game 6. He was available off the bench. It's been fact-checked, Sean. Don't worry.
No, but hold on.
I got you. It's fact-checked.
No. You're wrong about something. I know you're wrong.
I fact-checked it already.
The pandemic bubble.
Worry. He played every game.
You don't remember the controversy with Stanton in the bubble series?
Played every game in that series.
That he wasn't available and they couldn't take him off the roster and he was costing him a roster spot?
That was the American League Championship Series of 2019. He played in that ALDS. Go look it up.
That was not. I felt like we were watching games in San Diego.
Now I got to figure this out. Look it up. I'm going to be very upset that you stopped this.
Because that was a big argument I had yesterday.
If I was wrong, I'll apologize. I'll say, hey, I did a lot of research. I must have missed that one.
Okay.
But my records show that the only postseason he has missed was the 2019 American League Championship Series. And I'm looking it up myself. You're wrong. So you just took 2 minutes
the hell?
out of my time to correct me, and you were wrong. What are you saying?
I botched it again.
I know.
So in 2019, just to refresh my memory now, in 2019, he remained on the roster and was occupying a roster spot. Is that what I'm thinking of?
So here's what happened. This is the only postseason that that Giancarlo Stanton missed time. In the 2019 American League Championship Series, he injured, I think it was his quadricep.
Yes,
in the middle of the American League Championship Series, to which he missed games 3 and 4, if I'm not mistaken. He actually missed games 2, 3, and 4. In game 5, he started again, and he did not play well. He did not look good. In game 6, Boone put him back on the bench because it was a lot of travel. There was a rain out. There was no off day.
Okay,
and it was very difficult to travel and then play the next day. I kid you not. And so he wasn't the starter in game 6 of the ALCS, of course. That's the DJ LeMahieu game, the Jose Altuve, did he wear a buzzer game? And that eliminated the Yankees in game 6. No idea on if he would have played game 7. That example I just laid out is the only time in Stanton's Yankee postseason career where he missed any time. 48 out of 52 games, which means he played 92% of the available postseason games. which is crazy.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. You want to apologize so we can move on?
Yeah, I will just tell you, he played but had to keep coming out of the games in 2020.
Sean, stop it.
That's why, because he had a hamstring injury, and that was the. No,
I told you were wrong.
But it was the controversy I was thinking of, which was he was killing them by remaining in the roster.
Yeah, you're still wrong because he completed every game of the American League Divisional Series. So you're wrong.
All right, we'll argue about this off the air.
No, there's no argument. I'm looking at it. Don't come in here and correct me.
I'm looking at the New York Times. Another slew of injuries for Giancarlo Stanton during the postseason 2020.
2020, he hit .308 in the playoffs with 6 home runs and 13 ribbies in 7 games.
And then he got killed in the ALCS.
There was no ALCS in 2020.
All right, forget it. The show's off the tracks. You know what? Here's the bottom line. I'm wrong, I guess. Fine.
No, the bottom line is this. Only fact check me if I'm actually wrong.
Damn it.
I did the research.
You know what the problem is?
I didn't remember this off the top of my head. I'll be perfectly honest.
When you make the playoffs every year, you seem to forget which year's
Don't turn this into a Yankee arrogance.
All right, go back. I don't want to derail the story. That's fine. It was bothering me because it was something in my head.
The point is, it's kind of simple. He has been available for the postseason.
Yeah.
This is new. Like, him not participating in the 2026 postseason is absolutely new for the resume and the history of this ball player because he's played. Outside of that hiccup in the 2019 American League Championship Series, he went out and he's played consistently, which is the complete opposite of what's happened in the regular season. And so I admit that this is not the most rational thing, but I think in the back of my mind, I assumed he'd be back because he's always back.
Yeah.
Like, eventually history gets to your brain and you start to just assume, well, that's what's going to happen. It's like me with the Jets. I assume they're going to suck. Like, it happens over and over again. And the history of Stanton here has been he's going to miss a lot of the regular season. It's going to be infuriating. People are going to talk about DFAing him and writing him a check and get rid of him. And I'll try to remind you, hey, he's a great postseason player. But more than that, he plays in the postseason.
Yep.
And this season is going to be the first time where that doesn't happen, which is why I do think, if I had to guess right now, on August 24th, 2026, you want to call it a long-term prediction, fine. I don't think we ever see him play for the Yankees again. Yeah. I think they're going to write him a check during the offseason and say, you know what, thank you for your times, we're done.
And let's be honest, it's the right healthy approach when you consider Aaron Judge and his injuries and just wanting to keep that. You're going to have Garcia and Ben Rice on this team next year too. It just doesn't. It's just time. It's just time to stop playing this game every year of wondering if he's going to be available for an October. I'm tired of just occupying and holding fort a spot that you need more flexibility in. It's sad, but it's time.
The other thing that happened this weekend when it comes to injuries, and as of right now, it doesn't feel like the end of the world, but it certainly felt that way 2 days ago, is Ryan Weathers.
Yeah,
Ryan Weathers was throwing the baseball so incredibly well over his last bunch of starts. He pitched into the 8th inning in his last start against the Blue Jays. He had the 7 scoreless against the White Sox. Like, he has been so locked in this rotation, Ryan Weathers. And he has a rough night against the Blue Jays a few days ago. And then when he throws one pitch and is in agonizing pain, as you can see, and comes out of the game, we're all fearing the worst, especially when you see that it's an elbow issue. The good news is that the MRI didn't reveal that it's a torn UCL, that it isn't the worst-case scenario. The problem facing Ryan Weathers and the Yankees right now is the date. It's late August, and he's going to be shut down for some period of time. He hopes to come back, and maybe it's out of the bullpen, maybe it's in the rotation. But unfortunately, Sean, I think the worry around Weathers is there enough time?
Exactly. And when Boone came out and said it's going to be 2 to 4 weeks, we still think we can get him back here. I wanted to ask Aaron Boone if he understands what 4 weeks from now is, because it's basically the end of the season at that point.
And then at that point, when he hasn't pitched in 4 weeks, where does that leave him?
You know what? And I'll be real. While I think that they still could have immense value in Ryan Weathers coming out of the pen, which was probably going to be their plan, while you were out, I had brought up the idea of, if he's pitching well, does he become the 4th starter in the playoffs instead of Rodon, who we hadn't seen back yet? The issue is, I don't know if you felt this way. When I'm reading these quotes about him kind of coming back right at the end and going to the pen, I'm having Nestor Cortez to Freddie Freeman flashbacks, which is Nestor Cortez just kind of forcing him back without any of that rehab, comes into a big game and gives up that grand slam. That's my worry for Ryan Weathers.
It's not ideal. And it hurts the depth. I mean, it looks good with Max Fried that it's going to turn into a minor injury, which it didn't feel at first, that Fried may just kind of come back right after the minimum period of time.
It felt fishy.
What was that?
I thought the Fried injury from the beginning felt fishy.
I didn't think it was fishy. It was concerning. Like, I'll admit it. I thought at the time, wow, we may not see him again. But the fact he continued to throw, I mean, obviously, I've turned out to be wrong. And it seems like he will be back very soon, which is a big help because when you eliminate Ryan Weathers and you look at the rotation depth, which felt so deep a few weeks ago, and you take away Fried and now you take away Ryan Weathers, all of a sudden you're looking at your rotation and you're saying, all right, I feel great about Schlittler. I feel great about Garrett Cole. Carlos Rodon is back for now. Then what?
Yeah, I think you're going to get the call up here because he's pitched great his last 5 starts, which is Elmer Rodriguez. So I think you're going to get Elmer Rodriguez.
Luis Seal's also on rehab.
But they're also rehabbing him as a reliever.
Yeah, I think Luis Seal comes back as a weapon out of the bullpen.
I think that's their plan, yeah. I think you're going to get Elmer Rodriguez for the month of September here.
And keep this in mind, when the postseason schedule came out in the American League, because of the off days in the divisional series, there's a scenario where they do not need a 4th starter until the American League Championship Series.
Is that right? I didn't realize that. I was more paying attention to how many football Sundays they were going to play in the playoffs. I did not realize with the off days.
No, and also the importance of Game 7 of the ALCS going head-to-head with Knicks opening night.
Yep.
By the way, incredibly important. But yeah, the Yankees have the same schedule as they had in 2024 where it's in the ALDS, assuming they're there, game, off day, game, off day, game, off day, game. It's ridiculous.
I hate the lack of flow of that, though, if I'm being honest.
It's a lack of flow issue, but it also saves you in your rotation. Like, there's a scenario where you may only have to pitch Cam Schlittler, Garrett Cole, and Max Fried. I mean, that's it, assuming Max Fried is back. Or if Fried isn't back, Carlos Rodon. So it does allow you to avoid using a 4th starter, but the way I'm going to assume it with Weathers, and you'll notice a pattern, it's mostly negative, but I think you have to be when it's late August and you're dealing with injuries, I assume the worst. So in the case of Ryan Weathers, he may come back and be a weapon out of the bullpen. I cannot expect him to take the baseball and make a start for the New York Yankees.
No. I think he's going to pitch the very last series of the regular season out of the bullpen for an inning, and they're going to go, okay, you're ready to go for the playoffs.
I think so.
That's kind of what it feels like.
And you're right. Like, come postseason time, it's a gamble. Will he be effective in that role? I have no idea.
I don't know. I guess we'll get a taste of Luis Seal first. And look, that's the other part of this. The Yankees, if we go back to the deadline, you talked about the Skubal stuff last week, which whatever, I disagree with. The bigger issue here is the bullpen because they were relying on their surplus of starters to fill in for the bullpen.
To me, it's all related. And my issue on Skubal, and I want to make this very clear, this is not a Brian Cashman issue. Brian Cashman was very honest that at the trade deadline, they talked to Detroit about Skubal, and they asked for George Lombard Jr. Would I have traded George Lombard Jr. for 2 months of Tarek Skubal? I will admit the answer is no. So I have no ill towards Brian Cashman and the Yankees and their aggressiveness around Tarek Skubal. My issue is with you.
Okay.
My issue is with Yankee fans or non-Yankee fans, because Tommy had the same opinion. I don't know who copied who. That's a clear controversy between Tommy Lugauer and Shaun Morash.
He's absolutely dead to me. More on that later.
He's dead to you? Wow.
I'm actually
very nasty.
Wow.
Bordering on done with our friendship, but we'll go on with it.
Wow. Oh, geez. I got to write that down for 12 noon.
Yeah.
Interesting. But my argument with both of you is that you never have enough pitching. And I think that the injury to Max Fried, whether serious or not, and the injury to Ryan Weathers, serious or not, is proof that my point to you guys was you should always be interested in a great starting pitcher if they become available. So it's not with the Yankees, because the Yankees did pursue him, and they thought the price was too high. All good. Like, I'm not disagreeing with Cashman. I just disagreed with the sentiment that you had and others had that why would you go after Skubal? We're so deep in the rotation. And I think the Yankees are proving to you, and baseball is proving to you, you never, and I want you to look into my eyes when I say this, you never have enough great starting pitching. Capiche?
Capiche. And they still do have enough great starting pitching without Skubal, so I'm really not that worried about it.
All right. Well,
that's called last word Morash. He's back.
No. I have the last word. Can you imagine a rotation of Garrett Cole, Cam Schlittler, Tarek Skubal, and even a healthy Max Fried?
Brian Cashman's got a boner.
Yeah. He wouldn't be the only one.
You just said they only need 3 in the DS, so who would have went to the pen?
Well, right now with the concerns around Max Fried, I'd have Skubal, Schlittler, and Cole. Name me a better 3 than that. But again, the Yankees did their due diligence. It's not an issue with them. It's an issue with Shaun and others. That's all. We're good, though.
At 10-18, you need to squeeze that in. You have an issue with me? I haven't seen you in basically a month.
You brought it up.
No, you brought it up.
I didn't bring up Skubal.
And then you were so wrong on the Stanton pandemic stuff. If you just missed that, I mean, Evan had it wrong. He thought Stanton was playing in the pandemic.
He did. He did not miss a game in the postseason in 2020. As I pointed out earlier, and we'll take your calls about Stanton and the Yankees. We'll mix in a lot of football. 888-808-1019. The most incredible stat around Giancarlo Stanton, and this should be written on his Yankee tombstone. He missed 44% of regular season games in his Yankee career, but he only missed 2% of postseason games, and that was games 2 through 4 and game 6 of the 2019 ALCS. That's it. That's the list. He played every other postseason game. Remarkable. For some reason, it must be the air. Stanton, all healthy in October, but in June, July, and August, there must be some bug going around that affects your calves.
You know what his nickname should be? Pumpkin Spice, because that's the only time he appears is during that season.
We'll get your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. It is time for the Yankee turning point of the game. First call to correctly identify yesterday's turning point at 866-540-WFAN. You'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card. It's from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's, and your flagship station for New York Yankee baseball, The Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water and also sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Two American League powers with a score that's never completely settled.
The Yankees making all kinds of noise.
And that was just a great at-bat.
Yankees Astros, 7:05 tomorrow night.
Strike 3 called. He just buried it in there.
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan, 101.9 FM, and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
The final days of the Make This the Summer event are happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. This is your last chance to get summer sizzling deals on all new Jeep and Ram trucks. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov from New Jersey Human Services.
Hey Yankees and Knicks fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, September 25th and be ready to receive a very special giveaway. It's Josh Hart Yankees Bobblehead Night, presented by Delta Airlines. The first 18,000 guests will receive a Josh Hart Yankees Bobblehead. Again, don't miss Josh Hart Yankees Bobblehead Night, presented by Delta Airlines, when the Yankees face the Orioles on Friday, September 25th. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets.
Boomer and Geo is brought to you by FanDuel. Baseball fans, big hits get even bigger with Dinger Tuesdays on FanDuel. Customers choose their own reward every Tuesday to use on home run bets. How will you play your game? Option 1, the bet reset. Use this on your wager and you'll get refunded in bonus bets if your bet loses. Option 2, a 50% profit boost. Make your bet, activate the profit boost, and if it hits, that's extra winnings at no extra cost. Yankees Ben Rice, Kyle Schwarber, Pete Alonso are guys that you know are going to hit home runs. Just visit FanDuel.com/New York to choose your reward for home run bets every Dinger Tuesday. FanDuel, an official partner of MLB. FanDuel Sportsbook is also the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max wager $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Hi, this is John Starks, and I'm Tyler Kolek. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Lease a Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires August 31st.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. What if the thing you're listening to right now never got interrupted? What if it could play uninterrupted from room to room on Sonos? What if you start with 2 Sonos speakers just to see how it feels? What if you really like how it feels and you become a Sonos person who can't stop saying to their friends, what if you start with 2 Sonos speakers just to see how it feels? Because it's not magic, but it's not magic.
Hi, this is New Jersey Attorney General Jen Davenport. If you are caught driving impaired, you face hefty fines, a suspended license, and possibly even jail time. Worse yet, you could cause a crash that would devastate someone's life or your own. Be responsible. Never drive drunk or high.
Agree with us? Disagree with us? Even better, talk Jets, Giants, Yankees, and Mets. Call the Fan and get in the game. 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
Peters walk-off homer to give the White Sox a 2-1 win. Second walk-off loss for the Mets this weekend. Too bad we didn't get a Rico on that. And how
You did.
I didn't see one pop up on my timeline.
I do one for every series. I did one yesterday.
You should have labeled it 2 walk-off wins in the same weekend.
I think it was. Mets walked off twice in 3 days.
I thought I had an interesting nugget for you.
I'll tell you, Sean is on fire with misinformation today. He's come on the air and said, I'm going to get as much wrong as possible. I don't know if you realize that. He's doing his Carton imitation. I mean, my God.
And then my last thing from the fan focus would be the Browns have named Deshaun Watson their starting quarterback, and all I can say to Giant and Jet fans is, thank God we're not doing radio in Cleveland.
Oh, God.
Feels nice to not have those kind of controversies.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later on. A lot of football to discuss, what we learned from the Jet preseason game, the Giant preseason game, and what the hell is going on in Cleveland. I will read this to you in case you missed it. The Rico Bronya that was posted last night. Bullpen, don't fail me now. New York Mets get walked off 2 times in 3 days.
So you did cover it?
Yes. In fact, I was ready to do one Friday night, but my boy Pete, and good for him, he needed this, fell asleep very early. So I was ready to give you multiple Ricos.
Multiple Ricos?
Yeah. Yeah, the season's going on, man.
Yeah.
Season ain't over.
You didn't rebuy back in, right? I know we didn't see each other. You didn't rebuy. Okay, good.
Not even close.
Good. Okay.
I have buried the Mets since April. I have not wavered. I still watch every game, so I guess I'm delusional. I was still bothered by the way they lost on Friday and Sunday. I don't think that changes. I think it's very similar to you and I with the Giants. I don't think you'll ever stop watching. I don't think you'll ever stop caring. But you'll say, hey, the season's over. And I kind of know it.
Yeah.
One other Yankee point before we get to your calls. And there's a lot of football, a lot of Yankees to get to as the show rolls on. And in fairness, we will re-engage in the AL East is over discussion a little bit later on.
Thank you.
Is there any concern about the horrible defensive weekend that George Lombard Jr. had? Because I counted 5 defensive miscues. There were a few errors, but a few that weren't called errors. It was a weird weekend for Lombard Jr. For you, I'll give you my opinion, but you first. Any concern about what we saw from him defensively?
I don't like the word concern. I'm not going to turn a blind eye to it. I mean, he's a young player, and anything can happen, and you could go backwards. So, I mean, it's definitely something to monitor. But concern, no, because I still think that it was a weekend where he still made plenty of other plays. And also, the bat was still tremendous, albeit a couple infield dribblers yesterday, but he was the catalyst to the 2 biggest rallies
I'm
yesterday.
not asking about his offense. I'm asking about his defense.
No, but it ties in. Because if we're going to bring up the word Anthony Volpe, which we have to
I
here,
didn't bring up Anthony Volpe.
I'm going to bring him up because you can't have this conversation without.
I didn't bring up Anthony Volpe or his bat. I literally just said his defense.
Because we have been there, done that with a shortstop as a prospect that just went backwards defensively, but what killed our confidence was the fact that he went backwards in all phases. So I almost feel better about allowing me to look the other way on his defense, knowing, well, as long as the bat's rolling, he's still a confident player. I'm going to assume it's a couple days of hiccups. So not concerned, but definitely something to monitor.
Yeah, I think that if you look at some of the great defensive shortstops of the last 30 years, and I'll give you a slew of them. Ozzie Smith. I don't remember Ozzie as a rookie, so maybe I shouldn't exclude him.
Right.
Ray Ordonez was great defensively. Andrelton Simmons, who I've compared Lombard Jr. to. One of the common things on these great defensive shortstops is sometimes they make a lot of errors, which is why errors is not the proper stat to look at. I'm not trying to attack our guy Connor, who was on Twitter arguing with people. Yeah. Errors versus defensive runs saved.
Connor needs to learn what defensive runs saved means.
Well, all of these guys that are talking about defensive runs saved have no idea how it's even calculated. They're not Bill James, and they think they are. So I'm tired of hearing about that.
By the way, I think you're partially right. We quote WAR and defensive runs saved like it's the Bible. We don't even know how it's calculated. But I don't think errors are a fair way to look at guys either, because I think sometimes the great defensive shortstop will get to baseballs that the average to bad defensive shortstop will never get to. And so sometimes they get called for errors on balls that Derek Jeter could never get to. And I don't mean to pick on him, but he didn't have the range of a Ray Ordonez or a George Lombard Jr. or an Andrelton Simmons. So I'm not concerned. I think eventually he will grow and be reliable on the routine play. I think it's more encouraging this short into his career to see him making the unbelievable play. Because you can't teach that. The routine, yes, you can get smart and more steady at that. That can change as time goes on. It eventually did with some of those elite level shortstops. But you can't teach ridiculous range. So I wouldn't be worried about it. I was just curious because it was not a great defensive weekend for him.
No, it wasn't. But he still made enough plays this week in general where I went, wow. I mean, he had the play earlier in the week. And Connor, I'm just going to give you a piece of advice, all right? I've always looked out for you. You don't in this town want to become the anti-George Lombard guy because there's a better chance than not he's in Cooperstown conversation when it's all said and done.
Cooperstown.
Conversation.
See, this is part of the problem. I think he's going to be a good player, and he can make all the great plays, but sometimes the routine plays he has an issue.
Why do you want to be the negative George Lombard?
I'm not being negative. I'm just saying people are claiming that he's one of the great defensive shortstops in the league. He can make great plays, but if you can't make routine plays, and this happens in the playoffs, people are going to have a huge issue with it.
I agree with you, Connor, but I think that as he grows, he will. Are you concerned moving forward that George Lombard Jr. isn't going to make the routine play?
No, but I just think that people are maybe anointing him as the greatest defensive thing since sliced bread a little bit too early.
I think there's two things going on about that.
Sliced bread.
Number one, I think Sean's right. He brought up Volpe before. I think that Yankee fans are so pissed and scarred on the Anthony Volpe thing that Lombard Jr. being noticeably better is impacting them. And number two, while I agree with you that defensive runs saved, I don't know how it's calculated. And sometimes I look at it and I wonder, because I watch a guy every day and I say, that doesn't feel accurate. His metrics are not good. They're off the charts. And I think it jumps out at you. When he's defensive runs saved has already equaled Bobby Witt Jr. and he's only played 15 games, it's noticeable. So I think those two things are probably why he's being anointed so quickly. But in general, you're right. Hold the phone. You bringing up Cooperstown, I mean, that's a little insane.
Conversation. I didn't say he's going.
Conversation. He's played 15 games.
He's going to be.
You can't bring that up.
He's going to be one of the 5 great shortstops of his generation. I think we all agree with that.
All right.
So if
we all agree with that?
Yes, we do. So, it's Bobby Witt Jr., it's Jeremy Payne. He's going to be in that realm, and I think we agree on that. Now, whether that gets him to Cooperstown or not, I don't know. But I think we all project that this is the path he's going down.
I don't think we all project that.
He's the starting shortstop for the American League next year in the All-Star game.
Okay.
And we just got through this whole thing with Volpe where he was supposed to be this guy and it didn't work out. And now we're putting all this pressure back on George Lombard now.
He just called him a Hall of Famer and said, it's over. He's the starting shortstop in the American League All-Star game, as if Bobby Witt Jr. does not exist.
Pull the tapes next year.
Oh, we will.
Wake up and stop being an ass.
I'm not.
Shaun Morash woke up, said, I haven't been on the air in 9 days, and you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to be a bleep hole. That's what he's saying.
I'm in a great mood. These kids are getting back to school next week. I'm excited.
Let's get to your calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. It's a very fair question that Mike in Point Pleasant has. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, hi, Evan. Before I get to my question, I called up a couple weeks ago. I asked you, who do you think can be better Ewing, Binge, or Lombard, and Tiki and Morash jumped in and said it could be Lombard. You didn't answer the question at all.
Who will be better, Jaxson Dart or George Lombard Jr.? Is that the question?
No. Lombard or Ewing or Binge.
Oh, Ewing or Benj. I'm sorry. I guess that was the question you asked me.
Right, and then it led to this question.
Of those three guys, I mean, right now, Carson Benj I'd feel most confident about based on the way he overcame his early struggles, and he's making a push for Rookie of the Year. His bat continues to be awesome. He made a few defensive miscues over the weekend. His arm has been fantastic. So
he's awesome.
I guess I would say Benj because it's the easy answer right now, just based on the fact he's done more. That'd be my answer.
Got it. Next question. I've seen defensive ends play with high ankle sprains, and in the Thunder Spurs game, there was a guy that had 2 ankle braces on. Why can't Stanton doesn't run? He doesn't play outfield. Why can't they just wrap his calf up and put a shot in it, and he'll just stand at the plate? Why does he need a healthy calf?
Why does he need a healthy calf, Sean? Can you please explain this to us?
Well, I would say this, because when he does hit the ball, he does have to run to the bases, and as we just learned from Aaron Boone, perhaps too detailed, if he's falling down, it doesn't matter how hard he hits it. Unless it's a home run, he's out.
I feel like kind of kicking myself.
Well, a couple of things. I'm sure that an injured calf will impact his hitting.
Yeah.
But let's say it doesn't. Let's say you're right. He can stand there and just rake. How is he getting to first base?
That's exactly it. He's falling down running. He's falling down.
He'll rip a ball to center field. He'll be out 8-3.
That's exactly.
Like, it would literally be home run or nothing. He'd have to pull a Babe Ruth in the movie The Babe. Just get to first base and you leave.
That's it. Or do what they did with Rosario Friday night. Give him one at-bat every game and then get rid of him right away.
I think Stanton, I gave that stat earlier that Sean argued, but it turned out to be true, how he's missed so much regular season but has barely missed the postseason. I'm going to guess to you, without the specific details, unless Stanton will write a book about it, that in a lot of those playoff games, he was hurt. Like, I don't think those injuries magically disappeared. I think that Stanton knows, hey, it's the postseason. I'm going to play through things that maybe during the regular season I wouldn't play through. I think an injured calf that was caused by him falling down, according to Aaron Boone, is probably the line of he just can't play through that.
And I think we kind of already know, too, that while he raked in that 2024 postseason, didn't we kind of learn with the beginning of last year he was likely playing with that tennis elbow, too?
Yes. Think about it's not just the calf. Like, he is playing with so many injuries. Ralph in Manhattan. What's up, Ralph?
Hey, on a routine ground ball, you have a second to second guess yourself, Evan. And the fact is, when you're lunging for a ball, you're reaching for a ball, you just go by instinct. Whereas, that ball gets hit right at you, you kind of second guess yourself sometimes. And I think that's what happens to these guys that have tremendous, tremendous ability, as this guy does. This guy's going to be just fine. Hall of Fame, I wouldn't go so far to say Hall of Fame, but I'd say he's elite shortstop. Most of us out here, we look at Stanton, and it kind of makes us laugh. It's kind of a sad commentary that the guy, the whole season he babies himself. Somehow, as you pointed out, 44% of the time he's able to play in the postseason. I guarantee you this, that if say in a world that we don't know of, that these guys were paid guys by the game or by the week or by the 2 weeks, like everybody else in America is paid, they would get in there for the 162. It's no great coincidence that he made himself available for the postseason in the past, where this year he can't do it. No great coincidence, guys, that he does that. It's just a rite of passage. That's what it is.
Yeah, I think that's true, but I also think that if you're the franchise or the player, wouldn't you prefer the guy just be ready for the postseason?
Yes.
Like, I understand, well, the regular job is this or the regular job is that, or, he's stealing $32 million a year. The Yankees' goal is to win a championship. Stanton's goal is to win a championship. Forget this season. He's just not going to be able to play.
Yeah.
But in all those other years where I gave those examples, wasn't it better for Stanton and the Yankees to not play in the regular season and then mash in October?
And baseball is the one sport that is entirely different than the other sport, I guess the NBA too, which is the regular season is just handled completely differently. So
for certain teams.
Yeah, certain teams. Like, it's 100.
Most teams can't do that. The Yankees and the Dodgers, I think, are two of the most unique franchises where they can handle the regular season like an NBA team.
Right.
Most teams can't do that.
Now, and just think about it. If Stanton was ready only at the beginning of October and they never made the Garcia trade, what are we really talking about? We're talking about Paul Goldschmidt playing the length of the year and then sitting down in the postseason. Would anybody anybody really have a problem with that? So who cares? Get him ready for October, I think, is the fine mindset to have.
Yeah, and I think it shows you how serious this injury is, that's not going to be the case this year, which is crazy. Let's go to Michael in Trumbull, Connecticut. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, guys. I called last week when you weren't there, Evan. I spoke to Tiki and Shaun about Lombard and my fears that he's feeling the pressure. I think he listens to the fan too much. He listens to Shaun too much. And he's nervous now. He doesn't think he could live up to Derek Jeter, and that's all that's going through his head.
I mean, what a mock phone call. I mean, what are we talking about here?
It's not like he had a bad weekend overall. He had a bad weekend.
Exactly. And also, if he had a lack of confidence, again, I tell you, their 2 big innings yesterday were started by George Lombard getting on base to start the inning.
Nah, he was 3 for 11 this weekend. The problem wasn't the bats. The problem was the routine play wasn't made. And I'm telling you, I think it's a tale of the old, a test of time. We have seen elite-level shortstops, which I think he has a chance to be defensively, struggle to make the routine play. Ozzie Smith and Ray Ordonez led the league in errors in both their rookie seasons. That you can fact-check me on because I'm not 100% sure.
I'm done fact-checking today. I'm wrong too many times.
Yeah, Sean's off to an amazing start. If you missed the start of the show, he started fact-checking Stanton playing and not playing in certain postseason series. I stood my ground. I said, you're wrong, move on. And he's like, no, I think you're wrong. And I said, I'm telling you, you're going to lose this. And then live on the air, he fact-checked it, and he got it wrong.
You guys are dumb.
No. One person is dumb.
I made a George Lombard
Shut up, Tubby.
Era to start the game. But you still trust me to be a Hall of Famer.
I don't trust him to be a Hall of Famer. I trust him that he's going to be an elite-level defensive shortstop.
Yeah.
To then be a Hall of Famer, you need to hit. Andrelton Simmons is one of the great defensive shortstops of the last 20 years. He never made an all-star team, and he's not going to the Hall of Fame.
Wait, I just want to clarify. When I say Hall of Fame conversation, I mean, I think he's going to be one of the 5 best shortstops in baseball for the next 15 years.
That is a huge expectation.
But it's the real expectation. You should have that expectation for George Lombard Jr. How is that not a realistic expectation for your top prospect?
I'll tell you why. Because I think if you go through the top prospects in baseball over the last, let's just say 10 years, for each organization and each team, the odds of that player becoming that are very, very small.
Okay, but that's fine. You could still have that expectation.
I mean, you can have it. I just think it's unfair. And to the contrast of that, right now, with Aaron Judge out, so we'll put him aside, who is the Yankees' best player?
The Yankees' best player?
Yeah, overall, for the full season. This
for
season,
the full season?
2026, the Yankees' best pitcher is whom?
Is Cam Schlittler.
It's Cam Schlittler.
Okay.
He was not a top prospect.
Okay.
Who's been their best hitter this season?
I mean,
just say Ben Rice.
Ben Rice.
You don't have to get cute.
Well, I was going to debate Cody Bellinger a little bit too, but
it's not Cody Bellinger. It's Ben Rice. Come on, dude.
Well, Ben Rice is also tailed off.
I got the game-winning hit yesterday. I think he's okay.
Yeah.
Their best offensive player is Ben Rice. Also, not a top prospect.
Okay.
So it works both ways. It's not just that the top prospect doesn't necessarily become a superstar. It's that sometimes the guys who become elite weren't the top prospects, and I think the Yankees are great proof of that. Let's go to Brian in Manhattan. What's up, Brian?
Okay, so let's get started here.
Yeah.
Shaun is the reason. People like Shaun are the reason why people hate the Yankees.
Why?
Because you got this kid. You know, I've been a Yankee fan since 1976. Okay.
Okay.
You weren't even thought of, and for you to even say that this guy is in a Hall of Fame conversation, you are not only sound like an idiot.
All right.
You are a complete fool.
Did you actually listen to what I said, Brian? Because I'm sorry.
Yes,
sorry that in 1976 I wasn't around. No, and I said the expectation is he should be a top 5 shortstop. No, you're an idiot. No, you're an idiot. You're proof that you have no ears. You should go to the ear, nose, and throat doctor and get your hearing checked.
You should be on the air, you fat slob.
Yeah, I'm sure you're a real Adonis with a six-pack too, Brian. Like you don't have man breasts.
Yes,
Everybody has man breasts, especially if you were a fan in 1976. I'm sure your body's aged fat too.
You're an absolute clown.
You're a clown. No, you're a clown.
No,
you're a clown.
You should be working the board at 12 midnight to 8 in the morning.
Yeah, I already did that, Brian. And guess what?
Clown. And guess what?
Guess what? You watch shortstops with no color TV.
You got nothing, pal. You got nothing. You're a clown.
All right, Brian. Good, Brian.
Clown.
Keep being an egg on Twitter.
Evan.
You fat slob.
I let you go as long as you wanted.
I mean, listen to me. I didn't put the bust in the Hall of Fame. Whatever they have, the plaque in the Hall of Fame. I said he should be in the Hall of Fame conversation, which means he should be one of the 5 best shortstops in baseball during the duration of his career. If the Yankees were refusing to trade him for Tariq Skubal, he should be in that conversation, and the early flashes have been there. I didn't say he's getting voted in the Hall of Fame. I said he should have a career that puts him in a Hall of Fame conversation, which should be all of our expectation. And I don't give a crap what year you started rooting for the Yankees. Just because you're older than me doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about and I don't have 2 eyes. I love this team. I love this kid. And heaven forbid we can't just have a projection conversation without being called a fat slob. And yeah, I called you fat back because I don't know what you look like, and I'm going to assume you are not exactly Richard Simmons in his prime. Thank you. Welcome back. 888-808-1019.
I like that. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
You did a good job. So did what's that guy's name again? Who was the caller's name?
I don't know.
I already forgot.
Yeah, and I have lost over 50 pounds since this show was launched, by the way. May I tell you?
He called you a fat slob. I don't know why slob makes me laugh. Like, it's obviously mean. It's uncalled for.
No,
but for whatever reason.
Slob doesn't make me look, because I am a slob. Just say I'm a slob. You don't have to say fat.
I saw a belly.
He's fat. He's fat.
Okay, I got you.
I'm a fat moron.
That was a fun conversation, though. Yeah. Who do you think won that debate, Connor? Sean or the caller?
I think Sean came with some fire. I think maybe Sean won it out there at the end. Although he might be right that a person like Sean could be a reason why people hate Yankee fans.
I think he said a lot of stuff that was accurate. I mean, right or wrong, and this isn't to disparage your point, I think our caller was right that opinion is what leads to many people not liking Yankee fans. I don't think he was wrong about that.
This is my biggest issue with the digital age of social media and broadcasting in 2026. People will have heard a clip of what I just said and not understood the context. I didn't say he's going to the Hall of Fame. What I meant was one of the best shortstops in baseball during his era.
Hold on.
You said Hall of Fame conversation.
That puts you in the Hall of Fame.
He's played 17 games.
If you play in your career to a level where you are in discussion, one of the 5 best players at your position, you are in a Hall of Fame conversation. That's all I'm saying.
Sean, also, you can't blame that on digital. We're doing a live radio show.
No.
He heard what you said and he called in. This is not Twitter. This is not Facebook. This is regular old school Mike and the Mad Dog. I heard what Dog said. I called up and yelled at him just like you said something. You're
misunderstanding. Spit it up. Our digital team does a good job. What I'm saying is I think the average person that listens to people talking to microphone now, which I think all our listeners are great, I think we've all been dumbed down to just quickly hear things and then go, let me not think about what they're saying. Let me just hear that one little catchy headline sentence and jump down the throat. If you actually hear what I'm saying, I don't think it's that crazy a conversation to expect George Lombard to be one of the 5 best shortstops in baseball. And if you are that, then you're going to be in a Hall of Fame conversation.
Let's go to Bob and Comac. What's up, Bob?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good.
First of all, let me tell you I love the show, okay? Number 1. Number 2, let me tell you I'm a Met fan. Number 3, Sean, I'm not going to go down the dirt road this other guy did.
Thank you.
But you have to understand, okay? A guy, I don't care, number 1 prospect, I don't care Derek Skubal, I don't care. You have to understand when you use the words Hall of Fame and a guy who's been in the league for 17 days, it's a little bit on the edge. You have to agree with me or not. I mean, seriously.
Yes. I mean, look, if that's all I heard,
sure.
yes.
And Bob, let me help you out because you said you're a Met fan. Do you think Carson Bench is about to become a Hall of Famer?
No, I would never. Look, I'm glad I got an outfielder who can hit and field.
No, exactly. Like, I'm ecstatic about the way he's playing, but ask yourself this, because I think this is always the best test in life, not just in sports talk debates. You imagine someone else said something you said and how you'd react to it.
Yeah.
Right? So let's play that game.
Okay.
I came on the radio. The Mets suck. They've lost 2 out of 3. But I say, you know what, guys? Carson Bench is about to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Look at his defense, despite the miscue in Game 3. Look at his offense. He's emerging. He's got an arm like Clemente. Hall of Famer. Your reaction would be to mock me. That's what you do.
Clown.
That's what you would do.
Yes,
you would.
Not you, because you don't do that about people. And I don't put everybody in the Hall of Fame. I've only made one proclamation about one Yankee prospect, only seeing him in a short term, that I said this guy is untradeable and they shouldn't trade him.
Who was it?
And Dan could look up the tape.
Who was it?
Cam Schlittler after his first start.
Oh, okay.
I was me and Tiki.
I think I was on vacation that day.
Yeah, you did. And Dan can pull up the tapes. I flat out said, I go, did you watch the way he pitched? I don't care what prospect ranking he was in. There's a certain thing you're seeing with him that's different, and it's proved to be correct.
So far it is. He's the favorite to win the Cy Young.
George Lombard is not the same thing as Anthony Volpe. He's not the same, and I like Spencer. Not the same thing as Spencer Jones. Not the same thing as Jason Dominguez. There's certain eye tests you're just like, the guy's got magic in him.
I understand. You've pissed a lot of people off, though. Harrison in Jersey City. What's up, Harrison?
Hey, guys. Thanks for getting me on. Yeah, Sean, I'm not going to get aggressive, but, dude, you made me call in when you said Cooperstown. I get... he wanted to be one of the top prospects down the road, but I'm just getting flashbacks to Volpe, man. It feels like a mush spot.
Did I ever say this about Volpe? I never said this about Volpe.
Volpe, we're gonna have to look.
Fine. I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying other people in media made some comparisons to Volpe early on. So I want Lombard to be the greatest baseball player ever, but I'm afraid to say anything about it till I see more sample data. I think that's where people are jumping on you a little bit. He's been in the league a little bit. And I think that's where you're getting a lot of these calls from, brother.
You know what? That's fine, Harrison. I appreciate that call. Then I would ask Evan this.
Yeah.
There's going to come a point in time 3 years into his career where we go, man, this guy is really on a trajectory here. Like, let's just say things are going well. So are we only allowed to wait until it's officially on the trajectory, or are we allowed to project what we think this guy should be?
I think you're allowed to say whatever you want. I think that once you establish yourself, all bets are off. Like if you said that right now about Schlittler, who will win, in my opinion, the American League Cy Young.
Cease is going to win it, by the way.
Well, I mean, to me, it's Cam Schlittler.
This is Pat Henkin and Andy Pettit, 96 Cy Young.
Pat Henkin deserved it over Andy Pettit. I mean, you guys were so wrong about that.
Are you proud of me that I referenced?
No, it's a great reference to the Cy Young race, but I'm just telling you, like, you guys are on the wrong side of that. If you look at it now, and you probably haven't in a very long time.
And I understand.
Pat Henkin was the Cy Young Award winner. That was not a real, controversy. You guys made it one because, I don't know, maybe we didn't have as access to Baseball Reference the way we do now, and because Yankee shillishness, if you will, from Yankee fans. But Pat Henkin deserved the Cy Young over Andy Pettit. Doesn't mean Henkin had a better career. He obviously didn't. Andy's a wonderful player, but that Cy Young was rightfully so won by Pat Henkin. Don't get me started.
I was going to tell you, in hindsight, I look back. So that's why when you say Schlittler's going to win the Cy Young, I was looking at the numbers yesterday, and I said, I'm going to be more mature about this and not fight and argue if Dylan Cease wins it.
I got you. Well, that's great maturity. I'll fight for you because I think it would be a disgrace.
Okay.
I think the Volpe question, in terms of how excited you are and others were, you got to go back to mid-April of 2024.
Okay.
And I'll walk you through this. His rookie season was what it was, got off to a slow start, fine, great defense, blah, blah, blah. At the beginning of his second season, he was tearing the cover off the ball.
Yeah, wanted him to hit leadoff.
I wanted him to lead off.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I'll raise my hand on that. I was on the radio saying, lead the guy off.
Was that when he had the long hit streak as well, when you started to ask when we're going to get into it?
Yeah. I said, when are we going to get into Volpe chasing down Joe D?
Yeah.
It was a fair question.
Yeah. No, you're right.
It wasn't he's going to do it.
Yeah.
It was, at what point do we care? That's a very fair question. So I would say, if we're going to find Shaun Morash saying Anthony Volpe is a future Hall of Famer, we would probably find that in the middle of April of 2024.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Show me the tapes.
I agree with you. I'm a big show me the tape kind of guy.
I definitely was liking him. I didn't say the words Cooperston. No. There's a different.
You said it about Lombard 15 games into his career.
It's a different je ne sais quoi.
I get you. We'll get back to your calls in a second. 888-808-1019. We got a lot of football to get to. And I will tell you, and this is Evan Roberts' brain is reporting, and I have evidence to back me up. Tarek Skubal will not be a Los Angeles Dodger next year.
Okay.
There is something very obvious going on that, to me, proves my point. Now, injuries are a part of football, as we all know. It's a big part of football. We're going to be talking plenty of it once this season starts, but they shouldn't automatically bust your bet. That's why Fanatics Sportsbook is the home of fair play, protecting all football player prop bets from any first-half injury. So if your quarterback, running back, receiver, or even a defensive player goes down in the first half, affected straight bets are voided. And if that prop is a part of your parlay or same-game parlay, the rest of your bet can play on. That's 30 minutes of player prop protection every game all season long. Why bet somewhere that leaves you hanging when a player goes down? Protect your props with Fanatics Sportsbook, the home of fair play. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York residents call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Connecticut residents call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Got a few to take a look at. Patrick Mahomes does have a few more weeks left. A little extra rehab before his Week 1 game against the Broncos. Pat Mahomes has already cleared every hurdle in training camp this summer, so it looks good that he'll be set to go week 1. George Kittle had an encouraging visit with his orthopedic surgeon, and his recovery's ahead of schedule. Kittle has a chance to be suited up and ready to go for week 1. That's today's injury report presented by Fanatics, the only sportsbook to reward every bet. Download the app today.
And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by New Jersey Manufacturing Day in Freehold on October 2nd.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
They're back. Despite a post-All-Star break swoon from the Phillies and a late July, early August rough patch for the Dodgers, they're both back on a roll. LA's won 6 in a row, Philly now 9 in a row after a dramatic walk-off comeback yesterday. The two hottest teams in baseball also have the deepest October-ready rotations, too. All due respect to the Brewers, Braves, and Cubs, feels to me like we might get that long-awaited NLCS rematch from 2008-2009. I'm Chris Mack.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide and services to showcase your invention. Get started today.
Call 1-800-217-4380. That's 1-800-217-4380.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Life can change suddenly without any warning whatsoever. When you're sidelined due to a debilitating personal injury, it's crucial to have a trusted team on your side. The Rothenberg Law Firm has over 50 years of spectacular courtroom experience, ensuring that you're not facing those obstacles alone. Winning and collecting billions for our clients, we are committed to helping you recover whatever you deserve. The Rothenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888.
Be lawyer for injured ones, injurylawyer.com.
It's fall, which means you're going to fall hard for this Dunkin' $6 meal deal. Now you get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. So wherever you're headed, work, school, the gym, or your next adventure, your breakfast or afternoon pick-me-up is covered. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal deal.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
It's 5 o'clock. Your employees are headed home, but you're still updating spreadsheets, switching between software, and wondering where the day went. There's a better way. Odoo brings accounting, sales, inventory, CRM, and more together in one fully integrated platform, so you spend less time managing software and more time running your business, because your workday should end eventually. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
August 31st marks the end of the Ford Summer Sales Event, but don't worry, your local Ford stores have you covered with final days deals. Hurry in today for great lease offers, big bonus cash, and 2-year complimentary maintenance plans. From award-winning SUVs to the best-selling trucks in America, end summer on a high note with a great deal on a perfect Ford for you. Stop by your local Ford store today before it's over. Don't wait. It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose, so learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov from New Jersey Human Services.
I'm Sam, owner of Marino's Landscape. With my Chase Inc. Business Premier Card, I earn unlimited 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more. So everything I buy to run my landscaping business gives me cash back to help throw a big thank you party for my team. For all they do.
Chase Inc. Cashback built for every business. Find the right card at chase.com/inc. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash here on this very busy Monday. We'll get to the Giants and Jets and how the Jets are no longer the most pathetic organization in all of football a little bit later on. But I don't need to be a reporter. I don't need to kiss the asses of sources to tell you something that I believe is breaking news because it's right in front of us. And when something's right in front of you, you can choose to say something and say, hey, by the way, this is going to happen. Why? Here's the evidence, or you could ignore it. The L.A. Dodgers are not re-signing Tarek Skubal. It is not happening. There's no chance of it. Now, great.
No chance.
I have evidence.
Okay.
And I have a tough time imagining you're going to fight this. You're going to laugh and say, okay, fair enough. On August 16th, 8 days ago, Tarek Skubal made a start for the Dodgers. Pitched pretty well. Pitched 6 innings, allowed 2 runs, 1 earned in a game that the Dodgers would lose 6-2. In that game, Tarek Skubal threw 109 pitches. That's the most pitches he's ever thrown in any start in his major league career.
Is that true?
That is absolutely true. And if you want to fact check that,
I trust you on that.
Go to work.
Go to work.
Go to work.
I'm here.
109 pitches. There's only one playoff game in his entire career that even come close to that number. In fact, there's only one playoff game in his entire career where he's even thrown more than 100 pitches. He threw 107 in one postseason game back in 2025. You know what Skubal did in the start after he threw a career-high 109?
Got bombed.
No, he pitched great. That's not the issue.
Oh, okay.
He threw 106 pitches. He threw, I kid you not, the second most pitches in his major league career.
Okay.
The Los Angeles Dodgers are using Tarek Skubal like a used car. They rented him, and they are driving that son bitch until it dies. They don't care.
Sabathia Brewers fight?
Yes. Why did the Brewers throw CeCe on short rest all the time? Why'd they do that?
They knew they weren't signing him, and this was their chance.
They said, we're going to ride that vehicle. And by the way, credit to CeCe. He didn't care.
No.
He's like, dude, I want to win a championship. God bless him. And I'm not telling you Skubal cares. This is not an indictment on him. This is just pretty obvious. So you're telling me in August, Shaun, in a season in which the playoff games, those are the ones that matter. It's August. And the Dodgers have already had Tarek Skubal throw the most pitches he's ever thrown in any game in his career, and then the third most? Does anyone find that peculiar. Does anyone find that to be exactly what I'm telling you? The L.A. Dodgers are not serious about keeping this guy. And this has nothing to do with the ownership situation and Mark Walters and what he's involved with. This is just Dave Roberts has been told by Andrew Friedman, use him and use him hard because he ain't going to be here next year and he ain't going to be here the year after that. If they were ever serious about giving this man a 10-year contract, there is no way in August, months after surgery, that they would be doing this. It is obvious. It's all right in front of us. Breaking news, Scooble's not staying with the Dodgers. Your thoughts?
I like where your head's at, so I'm not going to completely disagree with you.
You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
But there is a but.
You can just say Evan Roberts is reporting with his eyes.
No, because here would be the devil's advocate push, which also could be happening here. I can't say there's no chance. This also could be Scooble, we all know, is going to look to break records with his contract here in terms of what pitchers get, right? Like, this is like a little different than when they signed Blake Snell, who had a history of not throwing a lot of pitches as well. I wonder if this is also just a testament of if we're going to end up breaking the bank and giving him one of these contracts, I got to know that he's more than just 5 and fly. Like, he can only throw 100 pitches, and maybe this is just like a test for him. And if he keeps turning out all right and he dominated his next start, then they know, okay, we can pay this guy a lot of money. He can handle throwing these high voltage.
It's an interesting theory, but you don't honestly believe that. You don't believe that they're testing him by saying, let him throw 100 pitches in August.
I do from this standpoint, Evan, because it's still the Dodgers, and why all of a sudden would they scoff at the idea of paying Scooble? Why?
Why would they scoff at it? They don't pay everybody. I mean, keep this in mind about the Dodgers.
Scooble, though.
Okay. They didn't pay Juan Soto. They didn't make a serious offer for Juan Soto. They tried to get him on a short-term deal. That was not serious.
Do they know we're missing half the season anyway, so you might as well let him fly. And once we pay him, we only need a half a year out of him next year.
I don't think that's how the Dodgers handle things. I mean, there's speculation in L.A. that the reason Shohei Ohtani isn't pitching is to save him. We saw Blake Snell spend a big part of the season on the injured list. Like, they put their pitchers on the IL. They're very, very conservative. And for the Dodgers in back-to-back starts to throw this guy the most pitches of his career than the third most of his career, that is weird. No, I'm sorry. We gotta be honest. That is a weird thing.
I'll shake your hand on that. Yeah, I think it's weird. I wouldn't go as far as there's no chance, but I do think it's weird.
File it away. Yeah. Just file it away in the back of your head. And the reason that's important, if I'm right with what I'm saying, if I am right that the L.A. Dodgers, based on him throwing 109 pitches and then following it up with 106, again, the most pitches of his career, followed by the third most of his career, they're not serious about keeping him. And if they're not serious about keeping him, you can lock it up and you can put it away. Tarek Skubal will be a member of the New York Mets. That's a done deal.
So there we go. There we go.
Well, I'm just telling you, they're the only teams that'll bid on him. I mean, honestly, name me another team that's going to bid on him.
But if they're not bidding because the Dodgers aren't paying him,
then the Mets will be the one team bidding, and they'll get him. I don't know what the price will be, but I think this will be the exception for David Stern. So put that down, too.
As it should be.
No, I'm not even offering an opinion, yes or no. I'm just giving you the information. The Scooble thing with the pitch count is very strange. So I bring it up, and if you guys think I'm nuts, fine. At least you now know what the Dodgers are doing. Because I don't know if a lot of people paying attention to that.
If we're getting back in the Mets territory, then the Yankees will be back in that conversation.
Do you think the Yankees go after Scooble?
If the number comes down because the Dodgers aren't in.
I don't think the number's coming down. I think it's still going to be really expensive. And considering the long-term deals they gave to Fried and to Cole and what they're probably going to have to give Schlittler someday, I'd be very surprised if he's a Yankee. Very surprised.
I'm not saying he will be, but for you to say, well, the number's not coming down. The number comes down if there's only one team bidding, then you're not going to bid against yourself.
Have you ever met Scott Boras?
Is he going to lie out his teeth?
All he needs is one team.
Oh, if I'm the Yankees,
got Alonso to Baltimore.
Also, if I'm the Yankees,
years.
I do get involved just to drive the price up for the Mets so that they stop dipping out on other teams.
That's a very different story. I don't know if they'll do that. That's a story for a few months from now. I'm just pointing out I think the Dodgers are non-serious suitors to keeping Scooble, and I think they're showing it to you if you pay attention. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Richie in Queens. What's up, Richie?
Oh, man, you guys are great. Johnny, great having you back. You just light up radio, I got to tell you.
Thank you, Richie.
And you know what? And Ed, great having you back, too.
Thanks.
Scuble's got a better chance going to the Mets than the shortstop going to the Hall of Fame. Hey, Sonny, you know how I love you. And I'm never going to call anybody an idiot because I respect people on the radio, and I respect people in general. So that guy, whether it was an act or not, uncalled for. You can't go there. You can't touch it. You just can't touch Hall of Fame talk at all. And I don't want to get into a debate. That's my opinion, okay? I think he's going to be good, but let's not go there, okay? And the other thing, too, is with the Yankees guys, I really feel there's a couple of things. They hide their injuries. before I get to Stanton, Ev, if you let me, is that Lagrange, nobody's talked about him, Lagrange, that was going to be a big plus for them in the bullpen.
Yeah.
I really feel that Weathers is going to be a big plus for them in the ball. I hope that they're not hiding the injury. I hope it is only 15 days because, like you said, Ev, I totally agree. And I agree with what you said about school, but I couldn't understand back-to-back. Even now, why do it? You want them for the playoffs. Don't push it.
Well, that's why it doesn't make a lot of sense. The Dodgers are a team that's all about October. Like, it wouldn't be in their DNA. At least when the Brewers did it, they needed every start CeCe made.
But
they had to do it.
But are they working up because they want him to be able to throw over 100 pitches in October?
I don't know. I think it's more they know this is a car that they're putting back on the road next year, so let's ride it as much as we can. I mean, the regular season has this level of importance for the Dodgers. I'm sure they want a top 2 seed. They don't want to have to deal with playing in a wild card series like they did last year. But it's dangerous. It's a dangerous game. Let's go to Mike in Meriden, Connecticut. Hey, Mike. Hello, Mike. Mike going once. All right, he's lost. Let's go to Mo in New Jersey. Hey, Mo.
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? This is my first time, long time listener, bro.
Love it, Mo.
I want to say a few things, man. That dude that called, the last caller, that was uncalled for, bro. That called Sean a fat slob, whatever the case may be, bro. No, and that's funny, man, because you guys laugh about it. You guys should be backing him up, bro. You guys are teammates, man. And you laughing about it, bro. That's not funny, bro.
Well, hold on.
I
In
agree.
fairness,
I agree.
believe,
It's uncalled for by Evan Roberts. He stabbed me in the back.
I think that when someone attacks me, Sean laughs and he watches me defend myself. And when someone attacks Sean, I laugh and he can defend himself. He's a big boy.
This way you're right, Mo. If somebody called Beningo a fat slob, Evan would have stood on the table and defended
How could you call Beningo a fat slob?
How could you call me a fat slob? I'm down 54 pounds.
I think that
And
Sean.
one thing, and congratulations, Sean. You're doing a good job. I see the improvement. The weight is going down. And if we want to say Lombard is a Hall of Fame, that's it. That's his opinion.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mo, you need to call more often, Mo.
People are bitching because they're bitches.
First time, long time, not anymore. Mo, every week. Let's go.
I also believe, that when someone is attacking Sean, I lay down so that they can go out back and forth. You don't need my voice involved in that. I talk enough on this show. It's your chance to go back and forth with the caller. You don't need me jumping in to make it a three-way.
Listen, I didn't. I don't want a three-way with you. I didn't ask you to get involved and have a three-way with you. But I think Mo, now in hindsight, looking back, even after the caller hung up, you should have said that's completely uncalled for. It's foul language. And I certainly said nothing negative to him back.
I laughed about it.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know why. The fat thing is obviously it's wrong. I shouldn't say it. The slob part is what makes me laugh. I don't know why. That's like one word that makes me laugh. Slob and pig. Like when you and Tommy, again, I don't know who stole it from who, when you guys call the NFL a bunch of pigs or like a league pigs for scheduling games on Christmas, I don't know why. I find it very funny.
Yeah, because you're eating up. Here's what I don't get with if we're going to really just get inside the mind of calling somebody a fat slob, it would be this. Are you generally disgusted by fat people in general in life? No, not you. I'm saying, do you think that guy, Brian in Manhattan, walks into the supermarket and there's, a guy and he's got thigh fat hanging over the knees and you go, oh, geez, what a fat slob. Are you always saying that about people? Because these are people. They have feelings.
That's not what it is. It's the easy attack line when you're mad at somebody.
Yeah.
You attack the way they look.
Yeah.
That's just
and
the reality.
not all fat people are slobs. Some fat people are very cleanly. They just happen to be a little overweight. There's plenty of thin people that are slobs.
I agree. And look, in the end, if it makes you feel better, call me fat, bald, whatever. You think I didn't live my life this way? I'd argue half the reason I'm even on the radio with a microphone is because I was called a fat, bald slob my entire life, and there's nothing you can say that can make fun of me, so I just have fun with it.
I agree. Your attitude's got to be screw 'em.
F that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't
Did
care
you
what
just say
people.
fat?
Which is me.
F that.
Is that Michael K call me fat?
F that.
Oh, F that. Okay.
He says a lot of things.
The Yankees suck.
Have you heard that one?
The Yankees suck.
Well, he's wrong.
The Yankees suck.
He's wrong.
I
What a
can't-
homer.
Yeah, that's a horrible comment to make, especially the way they're playing. Steve in Bayside. Hey, Steve.
Since we're on the topic of fat slobs, I have to mention that I always thought that Gio, from Boomer and Gio, I always thought that he was a fat slob just listening to him on the radio. And then a clip showed up on my feed, and I was pleasantly surprised, just really shocked to see that he wears nice shirts. He's in good shape. He's a decent-looking guy.
Well, you know what's crazy about Gio, and he'll be the first to tell you, he's been up and down with his weight for as long as I've known him. So it depends on what clip you watch. Like sometimes he was overweight, and I guess you could call him that. And then other times he looks good. Like right now, he's in one of his good phases. He looks good.
Yeah, and look,
heavy or thin, I mean, he has the voice of a fat slob.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair. Do you? If you didn't see me, do I have the voice of a thin guy or a fat slob?
Are on this side.
No. And Steve, what's tough to know is because I've known him for so long, I couldn't tell you what he sounds like because I already know what he looks like.
That's a good point.
I would never be able to offer like a fair view of that.
Good point.
All right, and on to George Lombard. I'm not concerned at all because no matter the sport, if you're talking about the NBA, the NFL, or baseball, when everybody says the biggest jump is when you get to the pros, the speed of the game is so much faster. The pitchers are throwing the ball harder. You have hitters hitting the ball harder. Give him a month or two to settle in.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
There's an adjustment period. No doubt about it. By the way, and I need to address this because we brought up Cam Schlittler before, and I need to get it off my chest. Cam Schlittler is the favorite to win the American League Cy Young. Josh Hart over the weekend tweeted out that Cam Schlittler should win the National League Cy Young. And like, Josh, if you're going to tweet about baseball.
Josh Hart, you're an idiot.
Like, can you at least get the basic stuff right?
That's a bad one.
That bothered me. And I'm not trying to be a hater on the Knicks because this is not anti-Knicks or anti-Josh Hart. It's just, dude, that's bad.
It's one of those little details that makes you second guess ever thinking of him as a Yankee fan.
I can't take him seriously.
Josh Hart,
I can't
you're an
either.
idiot.
You could wear all the Yankee hats into Madison Square Garden you want. If you even reference National League and the Yankees, you're done. You're kind of dead to me as a fan.
And he's an Eagles fan, right? So maybe he's a secret Phillies fan, and that's why the National League popped up in his head.
Maybe.
No, he's not an Eagles fan. He's a Commander fan.
That's right. He's a Commander fan. Nah, you're right. I forgot about that.
The fact that I already know what Josh Hart's fandom is, everyone's a problem, too.
And we have such a connection to these Knicks players. We know their fandoms on all the other sports. And I can't even defend that it was an innocent mistake because the N and the A on the keyboard are not close.
No, it's a bad job.
So it's not like it was a slip. Like the Q is right near the A. So if you went the QL Cy Young Award winner, I'd say, dude, that's easy. SL, easy, because it's right there.
Nah, he didn't know.
You can't accidentally, of all the 20, how many letters in the alphabet again, Sean? Did this on purpose. I know the answer. How many letters in the alphabet, Sean?
I think it's 26.
Good job out of you. You saved yourself. There's 20. Connor, are there 26 letters?
I'm pretty sure. I can double check on that, but I'm pretty sure.
You don't understand what I just went to the back of my brain. I'm like, goes back 25 years. Please tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me.
Yeah, I think, no, it's 26. Of all the letters you mistakenly wrote instead of A, you wrote N? Come on, man. That's a terrible job by Josh Hart.
You shut the hell up.
Let's go to Dominic in West Haven, Connecticut. Hey, Dominic.
What's going on, guys? Appreciate you for taking my call. Before I get into the question I have, I just want to say I'm 21. I've been doing sports journalism for 8 years, and WFAN and you guys, massive inspiration for me.
Thank you.
You guys have changed my life in such a good way. Now, the question I have is about George Lombard Jr. In 39 less games than Anthony Volpe. He has a 1.1 WAR. That's the same WAR as Volpe. Would you guys be okay with having Anthony Volpe be the starting second baseman in 2027 with Lombard starting at shortstop, considering the fact that Jazz Chisholm Jr. is likely not coming back for next season?
I'd consider it as part of earning it as a bench piece. Like, I don't think I can anoint him as the everyday second baseman. But I think if Luis Garcia is going to be here, right? Ben Rice should be the first baseman. Aaron Judge should DH more than maybe he has in most seasons. So if you're looking at a scenario where Garcia is going to play a lot of second, but there'll be days where he DHs or there'll be days where he plays first base, I think Volpe is a fine alternative.
I agree.
But I think he's got to earn it. I can't see a scenario where I'm going to opening day 27, whenever that is, and I'm saying Anthony Volpe is the guy at second base, but can he be a part of kind of a platoon or the bench for the Yankees next year? Absolutely. I've said this for 2 years about Volpe. That's what he is. Once you realize that and you make him that, it no longer becomes this big deal.
But it does become a big deal in this instance. So I'm with you on everything on the surface. Here's what Volpe's going to have going against him. If he survives as kind of this utility infielder, platoons a lot at second base, and he's like your go-to guy, Man, the inevitable, eventually George Lombard's on the IL stint and Volpe goes back to short. That is, that pressure will be, it almost sink.
Yeah, but it's temporary. He's a bench piece. Dude, you got to view him that way.
But you know the deal in this town. He goes out there, makes 2 errors while Lombard's on the IL next year. We're going to be like, why is this guy on the team?
We'll get back to your phone calls. We appreciate you hanging out. 888-808-1019. The New York Jets are no longer the most pathetic organization in football. You'll hear about who is. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the most guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And Windorama's summer sale is here. Save up to 30% on your installation project and shop top brands like Anderson Windows Doors. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. Choose from our huge in-stock inventory and let our local certified experts handle it all, as in as little as 14 days. Visit Windorama.com to book your free consultation today.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. Now is the perfect time to stock up on fall essentials from Flag and Anthem. Restock your closet with their premium denim, new luxe stretch tees, and super comfortable flannels. Flag and Anthem has you covered with wear anywhere versatile clothes for end of summer and the fall. Visit flagandanthem.com. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. And also sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
20 days until the Giants kick off the season against the Cowboys.
The Giants stopped him at the 1-yard line. Holy cow!
The home of New York Giants football. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
I'm Kiara Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW-1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. See ya at John Starks Kia in Queens.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. You know that when your AC fails, it's the worst. Make sure that doesn't happen by contacting my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts for decades. They're my go-to techs. They've done plenty of work on my house. I trust these guys to do a great job. And by the way, if your AC unit is over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now. You'll save money and stay cooler. Go to EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
The U.S. Open Tennis Championships are underway, and you can still get in on the excitement. Grab a $30 grounds pass for the Finals Fan Fest, September 12th and 13th in Louis Armstrong Stadium. Experience celebrity arrivals and star-studded viewing parties hosted by actress and comedian Yvonne Orji and The Bachelor's Joey Graziadei, plus live DJ sets from Tanks, Lucas, and Summer House's Kyle Cook. Get tickets now at usopen.org.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Partly cloudy, high 79.
Weather brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Buzzed or high? There's no difference. It's a DUI. Never drive after drinking or using cannabis. Both skew your judgment and slow your reaction time. Call a ride, crash on a couch, just don't drive. A message from the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. Who wins the division? Who will make the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at season's end? On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. You can trade on who will qualify for the playoffs this season. Right now, the Giants are trading at 34% to make the playoffs, meaning a $100 trade pays out $298. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's CMAC, to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI, Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Talk New York sports. Jets, Giants, Yankees, Mets. Get in the conversation and make your voice heard. Call the Fan now, 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
It's time for the WFAN Fan Focus. Despite being in first place, the Astros have announced they fired general manager Dana Brown. And the Cleveland Browns this morning have named Deshaun Watson their starting quarterback over Shedeur Sanders, leading to absolutely zero controversy at all in Cleveland.
Yeah, so Deshaun Watson the other day, after he was booed in the midst of a preseason game, was asked about the booing, which is very common. It happens here all the time. We opened the show talking about Giancarlo Stanton. He was the best at answering that. Like, yeah, I'd boo myself. Like, the fans pay a lot of money. They have a right to do it and all that. Deshaun Watson gave quite possibly the worst answer to being booed by the home fans I've ever heard. If you haven't heard it, take a listen. Here's Deshaun Watson.
Man, I didn't have no reaction. I think the biggest thing is I think you guys know too, and I think the whole world knows, it has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit personal than that, so I think that's it's a disrespectful thing. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that. And, yeah, just move on. Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles. And that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt. So does that have to do with what does that have to do with anything about performance? When a person get hurt, especially for your own city, and they cheer, I had different thoughts on how it was going to be, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, sometimes, you know, the tables turn, and I'm patient enough because I'm a child of God to, you know, wait for that time to change, so I'm not tripping on it.
When he made those comments and I heard them, my reaction was, they got to cut him. They have to release him because there's so many things that he said that we can go through. First of all, Deshaun, you're booed because of performance. Like, no one thinks you're a great guy. We all know the massage story. Now, there were no, I guess you never served any time for it. You were never proven to be guilty technically. So I guess from that standpoint, you can walk around and say, I did none of that, and he still denies it to this day.
Yeah, well, also, I think, unless I just missed it, the most important thing he said was, I have no regrets in my life.
Yes, he has no regrets.
Was
in his
that
life.
in there? I missed that.
I don't know, but he did say that as well.
I just want to make sure.
Now, again, at least if you're going based on criminality or even any, like, he didn't sign anything that says I did it. And sometimes you do that in civil cases. So if he's going to continue to walk through life saying, hey, look, I was wrongly accused, okay, he has every right to say that. So I'm going to explain this again. You were not booed because of that. You were booed because you suck and you're paid a lot of money. Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't like you, and they don't like the things that you're accused of doing, no doubt. But as been proven many times before, as Ben Roethlisberger, as long as you play well, the fans are going to cheer you. So They booed you because you were given an unprecedented contract and then you sucked. And they didn't cheer that you got hurt. They cheered that someone else was going to play the position. They didn't know your diagnosis. So I think when you make comments like that are so wrong and you're attacking the fans, now those tables will be turned someday, and you're not good, and he's not good, I can't imagine any decision besides cutting him that the Browns should have done. For them to come back the next day and say, oh, by the way, he's the starting quarterback, Jet fans, we are no longer the biggest LOL franchise in the NFL. It's always been nip and tuck between us and the Browns. It's always gone back and forth, but they've retaken it. So congratulations to that entire organization for being more pathetic than the New York Jets.
Okay, so that part, you're 100% right. I feel sick to the stomach. Sick to my stomach that I have to say the following statement.
Before you do,
yeah.
Do you want to hear the no regrets comment from Deshaun Watson?
I do, because I think it's important context.
Here you go.
No, I don't regret anything in my life. You know, I think the Lord put me through situations for a reason, so I don't regret anything at all.
Now, again, he has never been convicted of any of the horrible accusations against him, so he's walked through life saying, hey, all of these accusations weren't true. Whether you believe him or not is obviously up to... Now, you ask me, do I believe him? No, I don't believe him. But that's where that comes from.
That quote, to me, ruined everything else Deshaun Watson was saying, because what I was going to say is what I'm sick to my stomach is if I can eliminate him saying that, everything else Deshaun Watson said, I still think, Evan, I disagree, he's 100% right.
He's not.
Listen to me.
He's being booed because of non-football reasons? Is he serious?
Yeah, I think he's being booed because he has this modern-day version of Tim Tebow sitting behind him at quarterback and Shedeur Sanders.
No, that's ridiculous.
No, listen to me.
He sucks, dude.
He does
He was
suck.
paid a lot of money, and he's been awful when he's played.
Evan, there's a couple
That's why
things
he's
true
being booed.
He is paid a ton of money, and he should have been off the team already. And yes, his play has warranted for that money. They thought they were getting a franchise quarterback, him being booed. But what has gone on here in this nip and tuck quarterback, competition in Cleveland, the reason he's getting booed on the field in that moment in the preseason game is different than the Achilles. He's getting booed because the fans there love Shedeur Sanders the way people love Tim Tebow, and they want him to be the quarterback.
I think you're partially right. I'm not denying their affection towards Shedeur and wanting to see him play.
But when he says it's other reasons, that's what he means.
No, the reasons are Deshaun has missed half the games since he signed that contract, and they have not been good.
Do you think do you think when Deshaun Watson said in that quote, there are other reasons, and you guys know that? You think he
did he mean Shedeur? Did he mean the accusations?
I think it's both.
I don't know.
I think he's telling you Shedeur Sanders is a freaking distraction on this thing.
I don't know if it's... See, I didn't take it that way. I'm not saying you're wrong because I don't know what the hell Deshaun Watson meant. All I know is overall he's wrong. Like, he signed this unprecedented contract. He's been there for 3 years. He's played 19 games. He's under 500. He hasn't been good. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. He could have you as the backup behind him. They'd be booing his ass off the field. Are you serious?
No, you're right. But in the end, the reason you're right about your opening point about the Browns being the most dysfunctional franchise is think about how big a story this is, and let's just actually think about the reality. The reality is the Cleveland Browns have two arguably terrible, at times immature quarterbacks, and they had to pick one of the two. And the owner probably stepped in and picked the one that he's paying the most money to figure this out. And in the end, what does this matter? The Cleveland Browns are going to be one of the 5 worst teams in football. Who cares how many snaps each of these guys are taking?
I disagree. Shedeur Sanders, even though it wasn't a great rookie year, is still a rookie quarterback.
Pro Bowler.
Whatever. He had first-round potential. And any other person taken in the first round who puts up what he did in his first year, we'd all be screaming, of course he deserves a second year. Doesn't mean we think he's going to the Hall of Fame, but he deserves to play. The Browns are a dysfunctional mess. They should have cut his ass the moment he walked out of that press conference room. Because who are you to fight with these fans? Who are you to basically lecture them about booing you? They're booing you because you signed an unprecedented contract. Now, not your fault. The Browns offered it, even though you demanded it. You sign this contract, you go to Cleveland, and when you've played, forget the Achilles injury, you haven't been good. You haven't been a shell of what you were in Houston. That's why they're booing you. It's the same reason we in New York boo people that come here. If you don't perform, we boo you.
But in a preseason game?
Yes. Yeah.
Preseason game.
Oliver Perez was booed off a mound in a spring training game at Citi Field.
If I'm going to get crap.
Sorry to use that as an example, but it's the first one that jumped him.
If I'm going to get crap for Giancarlo Stanton in his first game at Yankee Stadium, going 0 for 5, 5 strikeouts, first Yankee to ever do that in history in a cold winter storm, and I'm a bad guy, who the hell are you to boo a quarterback in the preseason?
Are you kidding me? Is the guy played for the Cleveland Browns?
Yes.
How many games has he started? Do you know the answer off the top of your head? It's 19.
I was just
and he's
16.
been there for 3 years.
Yeah, it's been a disgraceful
Stop
contract.
acting like they're booing him because of just the preseason. They're booing him because he sucks. But they're booing him because of the entire sample size.
And there are Browns fans for years that have been saying they refuse to root for the team as long as he's on the team.
Now, hold on now. Did Geno Smith suck as a Jet quarterback?
Yeah.
So why are you guys not booing him in the preseason?
Come on, dude. That's a stupid example.
No, it's not
It was
stupid
a decade
example.
ago. He went to a bunch of different teams.
Okay,
They
and he
wrote
still
him off
sucks,
and no one
so
wrote
why
him
are you
back.
booing him?
Because it's different. First of all, he didn't suck. He went out and played one drive, and he played well, and it was on the road, too. It wasn't even at home.
Okay.
So he hasn't had the opportunity to be booed. Let me ask you this, all right? You want?
All right.
I'll walk down your stupid world. Let's say Geno...
I don't like that word either, you slob.
I'll walk down your bad point world.
Okay.
Yeah. If Geno Smith played against the Giants coming up this week, I don't think he will, but let's say he does.
He's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
And he throws a pick six on his opening drive. And then he comes back for another drive, and he takes 2 bad sacks. There will be Jet fans that will boo him.
Okay, good. Then as long as we're all operating the same way.
With that said, I don't like the example because Deshaun Watson's been with the Cleveland Browns since 2022. It would be really foolish for us to boo Geno Smith when he hasn't been a Jet in a decade. Like that that's a bad comparison, right?
No. Because
do you know that, or you really?
No, because
you're playing dumb.
Because here's the point. The point is that Deshaun Watson should be allowed with a new coaching staff here, a brand new fresh slate this year.
No,
you
he
don't have a better answer. Sure, he should. What do you think is better for the Cleveland Browns? Deshaun Watson look like the old Deshaun Watson, or hoping that Shedeur Sanders is mediocre at best?
Hoping, watching the kid play. Deshaun shouldn't be on the team. There's no reason he should be a member of the Cleveland Browns.
But he is, so why would you boo him for that?
Because he sucks. Because he's taken $300 million and he's been awful. Like, what, were you new to sports?
Watching the 2 Brown preseason games, I still think he's the better option at quarterback for that.
That's not even the point.
It should be the point. You should want your better option to play a quarterback.
I know, but they're booing him because they gave him an unprecedented contract and he's been underwhelming in the time he's played.
All right.
Those are the facts. He's played 19 games over 3 years.
Massive.
1 year where he missed.
Massive disappointment. I'm just saying to boo him in the preseason, I think a lot of that is about the Shedeur cult following he has.
I don't think it would have mattered who the backup is, but there is a Shedeur cult following. So as always with points you make, there's truth to it. I just think you're using it maybe not 100% accurate.
It feels good to argue with you again. I got to be honest. It's been weeks. It's been weeks.
And I'm proud of myself. I did not call you a fat pit. Wait, what did he call you?
Fat slob.
I didn't call you a fat slob.
And I can't make the Yankee Bowl because he's watched since 76.
That's right.
He's watched.
If you missed that, you can rewind on the free Odyssey app. I think that phone call was
fat!
That phone call was taken at what time? 10:40?
About, yeah.
Was it the 11 o'clock hour? I forgot.
I've lost another pound since.
I'm sure Digital will put it out. They're very excited to put that clip out. Let's go to Sky in Vermont. Hey, Sky. Sky. Hello.
Sorry, boys.
Oh, there you go. What's up?
Hey, first-time caller, new listener. Love the show. Calling from Red Sox country up here in Vermont, but I'm a diehard Yankees fan. And I just want to say I'm all in on George Lombard. I like the call. I think he's going to have double-digit all-star appearances. He's going to be part of multiple Yankee championships. He's going to end up a World Series MVP, baby.
Wow.
Go Yankees. Let's go, baby.
That's getting a little ahead of ourselves.
I think that's a Red Sox fan in disguise. That's what I think.
Well, they're one to talk right now. Last time I left, they were nipping at the Yankees' heels.
They're still in it, man. They're right there. Please. I don't think the Red Sox are catching anybody, but what they've done with that incredible torrid stretch is they've assured they're a playoff team. Like that one is all locked up. Right now in the American League East, the Yankees are 3 back of Tampa and Boston's 3 back of the Yankees. So they're actually equidistant from each other. So in one breath, the Yankees are 3 behind Tampa, they're nipping at their heels. And in the other breath, you're saying the Red Sox are not nipping at the Yankees' heels?
No, they are.
And meanwhile, they just swept their series over the weekend.
They are nipping at the Yankees' heels, but remember when they got cute and like, oh, we're up a half game. Like the point was, you knew the Red Sox weren't winning 40 games in a row.
Eventually they were going to lose a game or two. That is absolutely true. Barbara's in Middletown. Hey, Barbara.
Hey, hi. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Evan.
Good morning.
I just wanted to say, I can't believe that people call into your radio station, they don't even know you, and then they sit there and call you a fat pig because you're giving your opinion.
Barbara, it was fat slob. Now you've called me a fat pig.
No, I'm saying I just can't believe.
Thank you. We lost her.
Is that it? Yeah.
She tried to defend me.
She wanted to defend you, but then called you fat pig.
She made it worse.
I think that's what just happened. Athena is in Yorktown Heights. What's up, Athena?
Hi, guys. How are you?
What's up, Athena?
Hello?
Yes. What's on your mind?
So I just want to give a little credence to what Sean said before about George Lombard. I wouldn't say it because I think it just puts too much pressure on the kid. But if we all remember when Derek Jeter was a high school senior, his scout, Dick Groh, said the only place he's going is Cooperstown.
Yep. Was he crazy?
There's something different about a scout or Dave Gettleman saying about Saquon Barkley. Like, I don't know. It's different when fans are anointing guys. Like, when you're a scout, you have to have that commitment. You have to have that belief. Otherwise, why are you convincing the general manager to make that draft pick?
Here's where I'm going to give myself a little credit. I don't run around saying this about everybody. I was skeptical about Jaxson Dart. I've brought up, that Spencer Jones, I thought had big holes in his swing. I'm very rarely doing this to a young man.
I don't know if that's true.
It is true. And in that overrated vacation destination with a lake and a small museum, George Lombard has an opportunity to be there one day.
Are you picking on Cooperstown again?
I figured we were here.
When's the last time you've been there?
Been quite a few. Probably a decade at least.
Oh, my God. You can't go 10 years without the Hall of Fame.
Why not, Evan? Have you heard of Aruba?
Because I think that there are certain places that you need to visit every 4 years. And I think Cooperstown is one of them. I think Disney is another. Like, I put that one up there.
There's always something new. Yeah.
I just don't think, and you're a good baseball fan. Obviously, if you don't care about baseball, fine, never go to Cooperstown. And I would say Canton is that way, but Canton is such a pain in the ass to get to that I can't include that in the mix.
I've already done it, so it's fine.
Exactly. I did it once, too, and I'm like, man, I'd love to go back, but why else am I going to Canton, Ohio? Cooperstown is still close enough, and it's such a beautiful town where there's no reason to not do it once every 4 years.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'll get there eventually with my kids. It doesn't excite me.
Anthony's in Astoria. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Wonderful.
I got the kids in the car. I've been on hold, and they just been hysterical laughing the whole time.
Well, Sean's a funny guy. I got to hand it to him.
Yep. And, the whole fat slop thing, my 11-year-old's been cracking up because my friend Glenn calls me fat all the time, and I'm only about 25 pounds heavier. But the kids are loving it. And I got to be honest, this is the best therapy for kids because they don't fight in the car. They're not on their tablets. They love sports. They love the Mets. They love the Rangers. But they're listening. They're paying attention.
Good. That's awesome.
It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm very thankful.
Anthony, just make sure they don't call their teachers a fat slob in about a week, please.
No, they're good. They're good boys. So two things with the Mets. Number one, talking about fat slobs, and I shouldn't say this, but I got a problem with Alvarez, man. I mean, and my problem starts with Alvarez when he was a rookie. Nobody humbled this guy, right?
Yeah.
Now you take a rookie like him running onto the field, throwing that 1,000 packs of chewing gum on the field. The way he conducted himself on the field, no one humbled him. There was no humbling.
Anthony, I tell you this. I disagree with you. I think Francisco Alvarez is a frustrating player to watch. I don't think it's a lack of humbling. I think he's just wildly inconsistent. I don't think he's arrogant. I don't think he's cocky. Everything I've heard is that he works his ass off, that he really busts his hump. And I think what's unfortunate is we haven't fully seen it. And right now he's going through another one of those patented Alvarez slumps where he's been horrible at the plate for weeks at a time. So I get the frustration, and I think there's going to be a discourse during the offseason from Met fans about, do you keep him? Do you trade him? Is Luis Torrens an everyday catcher? And that is a complete fair game discussion. But I reject that it's coming from a place of arrogance. And I think if there's anything Andy Green has done so far is he's really tried to go after his young players, whether it's challenging Christian Scott or challenging Nolan McLean.
Yep.
It feels like that's what he's done. So I think Alvarez is a flawed player, but I don't think it's because he's arrogant or cocky. I don't think that's the thing.
Do you think he's a fat slob?
I do not think he's a fat slob. No, I do not. He's fat! I think he's built like a truck, isn't he?
I saw a belly.
I would say more minivan.
Like a minivan? Because he's tiny? Because he's short?
Yeah, I don't think he's a fat slob, but he's just, I don't know. He looks like if Snooki was a baseball player.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
You know what his nickname is?
What?
Like, truthfully.
What?
The Troll.
Because he looks like a troll.
Because he kind of looks like a troll. So I
Yeah.
think he understands what he looks like.
Him and Lugauer with the same nickname.
What?
Him and Lugauer with the same
Lugauer is the nickname, the Troll?
Oh, many people think he's a troll.
All right, can we just address this? You said earlier in the show that your friendship with Tommy Lugauer.
I am Tommy the Visionary.
For those that are not aware, Tommy worked on our show for many years. He was with me and Craig and Big Mac back in the day.
The big Lugowski.
I worked with him on Saturdays. I love Tommy. And I still put him over by playing clips and talking about some of the opinions that he has.
Sure.
So what's your issue with him? Because now he does nights. I haven't heard him in a while.
Luke evening.
I think he's taking a Francesa-like vacation right now. Or, as they're calling it, a Big Mac-like vacation. Based on how gone he's been. What's the issue with Tommy? Friend of the show, family member.
Look, Tommy's been one of my best friends for 15 years. And I know Tommy, I know what ticks. And he'll admit this, Tommy's very sensitive, okay? Thinks, people aren't always loving him or whatever. And I think it's an only child thing with him, which is fine.
Luke evening.
So this past week on my vacation, on my personal Facebook page, I see a little notification. I go, oh, look, it's Tommy Lugauer's birthday. That's right. 8 a.m. I said, I know how Tommy feels. His birthday means more than everybody else's birthday. I text him, happy birthday. I went a full 24 hours without a response, and all I got was thanks with a period.
No biggie.
The guy who will live on his phone, on social media on his birthday to make sure he's getting all the love and adoration, waits 24 hours to give me a thank you. You're not my father. You're not my sister. You're not my child. I don't need to wish you a happy birthday, but I did wish you a happy birthday because I know how sensitive you get. And for you to take a full day to answer me, frankly, I found insulting. And honestly, I'm good with the Tommy Lugauer friendship now. You're not getting any more happy birthdays from me.
That's what's going to break you guys up?
It's BS, man.
You guys have called each other names. You've yelled at each other on the air, the world-famous Lugash debate series. You've accused each other of stealing sports opinions. And you're telling me the breaking point is it took them too long to respond to your happy birthday?
No, because if you're going to act like that about your birthday every year, when a friend actually does text you, that early in the morning, by the way, I gave him, I was in line. To not acknowledge it for a full day when I know you're on your phone is insulting.
Wow. All right.
Had time to tweet about the Mets that you still believe in their future that night, though. Couldn't answer me till the next morning.
Wow.
Get lost.
Well, Facebook, not everyone uses Facebook that often. In Tommy's defense.
I texted him.
Oh.
Now, Connor, as somebody that works on Tommy's show, I would say you're the most valuable player of Tommy's show. Who do you side with here?
Tommy, though, sometimes can be he can take a little bit to get back to you via text. Maybe it's because he's on vacation. He wasn't looking at his phone.
On his birthday, he's living on his phone, and you know that.
And I think he probably should have responded to you.
I mean, he should have responded, but break-upable? That's it for the friendship?
Because
Come on.
The fact that I had to take the time, because in my mind, I knew he would be sensitive if I didn't wish him a happy birthday, bothered me. I didn't have to text him happy birthday. He's over 40. Get over it. Put a candle on a cake and get over it. But he keeps tabs on who doesn't text him. So I hope you did. So I did.
I've never texted him happy birthday.
It shows you where your friendship stands.
I don't text anyone happy birthday other than, my family.
You think Craig texted him happy birthday?
No. There's not a chance in hell. If I gave Craig 11 guesses on the month of Loogie's birthday, and remember there's 12 months, I think he'd get them all wrong.
All right. Well,
There's
listen.
no chance.
All I will say is this. He owes me a massive apology, and I'm assuming this audio will get back to him, and he knows that. Massive apology.
All right, we'll take
I don't give a
I'll take a listen. I still love listening to Tommy. And I tell you, the other night, it was a couple of weeks ago, I put him on randomly because my sons wake me up in the middle of the night, and I love to put on the fan. So I go to Tommy. I think he was already off the air at this point, and I picked a random time in his show to listen.
Okay.
And I turn it on, I close my eyes, and he's yelling at me on the air.
While you're laying down within the earphone.
And his critique was very funny, I have to admit. He's like, all Evan does is work on his vacations. It makes us all look bad. Evan, stop working and doing podcasts on your vacations. And it was I was dying. I mean, I'm going to continue to do that.
For
Screw you, but it made me laugh. Were you there for that little rant there, Connor?
I was not, no. But he often does bring you up on the show. One time he hadn't seen you in months, and then he showed up and he said hi to you, and he thought you'd give him a big warm welcome, and all he said was, sup. And he was very upset about that.
That's how we react to each other, though. What did he want me to do? Hug him?
I think he was expecting a big greeting. He hadn't seen you in 3 months, and all you gave him was, sup.
Well, what reaction did he give me?
I think he was just upset that that's all you said to him.
Thank you. This ties into the birthday thing. It's always about how people react and tell him. He never takes responsibility for how he reacts. Do you think, by the way, Tommy texted me for my birthday? He didn't.
No.
Nor did I care.
Next time I see Tommy, I'm not even kidding with you. I'm going to try to make out with him. Like, I am going to hug him and get not like on the lips.
I don't think you could do that
I'm
here.
going to kiss him on the cheek. What do you mean I can't do it here? What, like it's harassment?
I think it's an HR thing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Sean's not wrong about that.
It'll be at the fantasy draft next year. We'll be off campus. I don't mean like literal. Like, I am going to give him the biggest hug and like kiss him on the cheek.
Just watch where your fingers go.
What?
Just making sure.
All right, that's weird. Let's go to Mike in Clifton Park. What's up, Mike?
Hey, I wanted to bring up something about the Giants, but Sean, I mean, if this texting thing with Tommy bothers you that much that he didn't get back to you in a timely fashion, doesn't that make you the more sensitive person here? I don't get it.
That's a great point.
It's a great point.
I think
Mike,
you reversed it very well on him.
Mike, it is a great point. I'm out sensitiving the sensitive.
Yeah, exactly. And so speaking of a sensitive point, Evan, when you were gone, Sean was kind of poking fun at Jaxson Dart.
Oh, yes. I need to do this with Sean very carefully. Go ahead.
What is this now?
Nothing. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
So Evan was calling Jaxson Dart.
Hold on a second.
Hold on. What's going on?
I'm going to put you on hold. I'll let you finish your point. Let me do this with Sean so it doesn't come from a listener or a caller or someone he doesn't have an intimate relationship with like me. I have decided that because Jaxson Dart, not necessarily his fault, this is not a commentary on whose fault it is. The fact that Jaxson Dart has been sent to the Blue Tent as often as he has, which we all have to admit.
You're calling him Blue Tent?
I'm calling him Big Blue Tent. I'm going to throw the big in there.
Listen.
So that's his nickname from now on. Whenever we refer to him.
It's not his nickname.
He's Big. Well, it is to me.
It would be his nickname if it was funny.
Well, I think it's funny.
It's
just like when we called Big Mac the bloody sock. I thought it was funny.
Nah.
If some people don't, that's fine. Funny's interpretation. I'm calling him Big Blue Tent. Anyhow, Frank.
You calling Geno Smith license and registration?
Somebody already did that.
Oh, damn it.
No, you know what they called him?
What?
Traffic stop.
Ah, close enough.
And you know what I did?
What?
I laughed.
Because it's actually funny.
Because it's funny. No. It's because I don't have this emotional attachment to Geno Smith. He's temporary. Jaxson Dart is the guy that you're hoping is your franchise quarterback.
I want to thank Jaxson Dart.
So you guys are sensitive. Anyhow,
of course, with the league
Big
having an
Blue
agenda
Tent.
against him, but go ahead.
Let Mike in Clifton Park finish his point. My apologies. Go ahead now that I explained it to Sean.
Okay, so 2 points on that. Number one, Sean, just listen up. Tiki Barber, Mr. Giant, did nothing to defend Jaxson Dart, so that was disappointing and very kind of flaccid, I think, on Tiki's part. He was like, okay, Evan. But then also...
That's a great impersonation. Tiki to defend him had his eyes on Spain, which is fine, or wherever he went.
So I think moving forward, every Giant fan should call the New York Jet quarterback, wherever they are. It doesn't matter who, until they prove otherwise, garbage dump.
By the way, okay.
Why are you laughing?
Like, we know that. See, that's the difference. I'm self-aware on what the Jets are and what their quarterback room is. My point, it's more of a serious discussion, which we can get into in a few. He's been in the Blue Tent an inordinate amount of times.
Absolutely.
He is one Blue Tent visit away, I'm not even joking, from matching the career totals of either Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. That's a fact. And by the way, I have avoided assigning blame, whether it's a conspiracy, whether it's Dart's fault, whatever that is. We'll get to that.
Big Blue Tent.
Mm-hmm. But he's in the Blue Tent at an inordinate amount of time. That's a fact. So calling him that is fair. You guys, for whatever reason, are sensitive to it. You can call the Jets whatever you want. And I'm going to say you're right until they prove me wrong. And what I said to Tiki about Big Blue Tent is when he avoids the tent for a month, give me a month. Give me 4 weeks of action. I will gladly retire the name. Because you know what it means? It means he's no longer Big Blue Tent.
All right. Well,
but until then, I mean, what are we talking about?
It's going to be in a league. By the way, the nickname for the Jet quarterback room, you miss it. It's not the guard. It's not that. It's the dunk tank. Because you're going to dunk on them, and they're tanking for a better guy in that room.
The Jets are a sewer.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Whatever.
Geno 7 for 7, went right down the field. Beautiful protection. I don't know.
It was a good-looking drive, but I can't get nuts about it. I'm glad he did it.
You don't think he's taking us to the promised land?
I do not. If I had to guess right now, the answer would be no. But more on the Giants in a few minutes and the Jets, what we took out of these preseason games. And Sean does want to respond to the criticism of Big Blue Tent. 888-808-1019.
Do I?
It is Evan without Tiki, but with Shaun Morash.
And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by New Jersey Manufacturing Day in Freehold on October 2nd.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. The 2024 draft tied the 83 class with 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round. But the 24 class has crushed the 83 group for speed to market and finding its first bust. It took 3 or 4 years for the Chiefs to realize Todd Blackledge, who they took 7th overall back in the day, was a bust. 2 years in, safe to say the Vikings already know what they have in J.J. McCarthy, who can't even beat out Carson Wentz for a backup job. I'm Chris Mack.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey y'all, it's Charlie Starr from Blackberry Smoke. Y'all know our fans are like family to us, and family watches out for each other, especially when we're out riding. So before you or your crew get on your motorcycles, make sure you're good to ride. Even one drink could be too many. Don't let a good ride end the wrong way. Ride sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by NHTSA.
Transform every drive into a homecoming during the Mercedes-Benz Welcome Home Celebration. Whether you're ready for your first Mercedes-Benz or your next one, Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Cattina of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union have exceptional offers waiting for you, backed by the legendary Ray Cattina customer experience. Visit today and discover why coming home to Mercedes-Benz has never felt so rewarding. But hurry, the Welcome Home Celebration ends August 31st. Visit RayCattinaMercedes.com.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. Who wins the division? Who will make the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at season's end? On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. You can trade on who will qualify for the playoffs this season. Right now, the Giants are trading at 34% to make the playoffs, meaning a $100 trade pays out $298. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's CMAC, to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI, Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small. We've helped mark the moments that matter the most to our customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run, because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
Orgavarizona? Is that a word? It is in the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, because it can all be one road trip. So book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Lease a new 2026 Sportage Hybrid LX front-wheel drive for $249 a month for 24 months with $39.99 due at signing for well-qualified lessees. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. New 2026 Sportage Hybrid LX 1.6 Turbo GDI FWD 6AT 31,985 MSRP. MSRP includes destination handling and excludes Texas title registration, license fees, options, and retailer charges. No security deposit required. Actual prices set by dealer and may vary. Purchase option at lease end is $22,389.50, subject to credit approval by Kia Finance. Lessee is responsible for insurance, maintenance, repairs, 20 cents per mile over 10,000 miles a year. Access warrant and termination fee of up to $400. Subject to dealer participation. Offers may not be combined except where specified. Must take delivery by 8/31/26. Limited inventory available.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov from New Jersey Human Services.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
How about this story that just came out? Jed York, the owner of the San Francisco 49ers, arrested in East Palestine, Ohio, and found guilty of 2 misdemeanor charges. York pleaded no contest Monday morning. I guess he wasn't found guilty. I mean, that's probably worded incorrectly. York pleaded no contest Monday morning to misdemeanor charges of disorderly conduct and possessing criminal tools. Possessing criminal tools.
Also, it's an Ohio prostitution-related case?
Is it prostitution? I'm reading about it right now.
TMZ says 49ers owner Jed York arrested in Ohio prostitution-related case.
There you go. I'm going to TMZ. I was reading some local Ohio article. TMZ probably has better information.
What is the Ohio tie-in for him?
I got to read more about this. Hold on one second. San Francisco owner Jed York landed in an Ohio jail Sunday after being arrested on suspicion of engaging in prostitution. York was busted in East Palestine and booked into the Columbian County Jail before posting a $5,000 bond. The case moved quickly from the prosecutors amending the original engaging in prostitution count to misdemeanor disorderly conduct before York pleaded no contest on Monday. York also pleaded no contest to possessing criminal tools.
That's weird. As I'm looking at the preseason schedule, I was like, oh, maybe they played the Bengals, or I knew they didn't play the Browns. Why is he in Ohio?
I don't know. Maybe that's where the prostitution ring is. I don't know.
What are criminal tools?
I don't know.
Yeah, like weapons?
Or is that like a ball gag or something?
I mean, if it's a prostitution ring, it could be that, believe it or not. According to WKBN, which first reported the news, York's cell phone was ordered returned to him, while $160 seized in the case was forfeited to the Mahoning Valley Human Trafficking Task Force. How about that?
Jeez.
So not a lot of information besides that.
You don't like hearing the word trafficking involved with prostitution.
No, absolutely. So keep an eye on that. But that's Jed York, the owner of the San Francisco 49ers. To the football on the field. We mentioned earlier that, yes, the nickname, Big Blue Tent. We don't have the chance to comment on it this weekend because Jaxson Dart didn't play.
It was refreshing.
Number one, as a Giant fan, are you happy that Jaxson Dart didn't play? Because I think he needs more reps, personally. I would have had him out there.
I used to have this take, but by all the studies and all what the NFL owners now have come out and said, these joint practices are the equivalent of 2 games or whatever that comes out to.
So that kind of fulfilled it in your mind?
Yeah, the fact that they had the joint practice and with pedal to the metal, they destroyed the Dolphins. By everybody that saw it,
yep.
He played his preseason game. What sucks is that doesn't work for selling on a season ticket holder who has the tickets to a game that your joint practices are counting for that.
No, that's a completely different issue. And it's a fair point.
But just football-wise, no. If you're doing the joint practices, I have now come around with clearly this is the evolution of the league. I'm fine with it.
And why do you think he's gone to the blue tent in an inordinate amount of times?
Well, I think early on, Brian Dable making a big deal by going into the blue tent to try to pull him out, all of a sudden was like, wow, Jaxson Dart blue tent. I do think he obviously took those couple hits and he had to learn, but I think once he was in there 3 times last year and then had the Brian Dable moment and then ended up obviously having a concussion when they missed him on a blue tent thing, I think the NFL has sent down a flag to the officials and the independent medical people to be on high alert with this guy.
Now, we did some research last week. Tiki and I went over all the clips of every hit that led Dart to going into the blue tent, and the parallel, or the thing that became consistent, was it took him time to get up. That one time he got up and then he was bent over. One time he laid there for a few seconds. Is there a connection to the way his reaction is to the hits that he takes?
So I would agree with you, although this is where I think if you're going to use the term independent doctors, you're not just examining head stuff. Like he took, and I counted this all 22, 1.5 seconds on this last trip in the preseason game. That is not a long time.
Is that not long? Because I watched it and it was like he was laying on the ground forever.
It felt like forever.
Was it our brain telling us
that? It was
that?
our brain because the initial TV shot, because they don't go back. By the time they went back on TV, he was standing up and then he went out. We saw this quick pan away and he looked lifeless. It was really 1.5 seconds and he drags himself up. But if you watch the hit, like these independent people are supposed to watch it, it's a clear chest-stomach hit where that's anybody's reaction when they have the wind knocked out of them. So if you're not seeing any head contact, you're seeing somebody struggle to get up, anybody who has their wind taken out of them has a similar reaction. Those same people don't end up in the blue tent. That is where we have the conversation about is what happened last year now, anything where he's not allowed to take any hard hit and give himself a second to get up. Also, frankly, teammates should be doing a better job of helping him pop right back up. He's on his own out there. And it doesn't make any sense to me for a team that should be, kind of together.
That was something Sean O'Hara said on the radio broadcast. We played it last week of him ripping the offensive lineman, go pick up your player.
That's exactly it. Like, whoever, John Runyon's got to turn around and be like, put his hand out. You can't take that long to you got to, especially now knowing this is a thing, I would be coaching this into the offensive line. If you see Jaxson laying there, help him pop right up. Again, Jaxson then has to also be honest that if he's woozy, stay down. You got to get him up because this ain't going to end.
Last Monday, that was the big story out of the Giant game. We played your clip of you screaming, "Why is he back in the game?
He shouldn't have
Why is he back?" Of course he should be back in the game. He was cleared and he's fine, dude.
Did I tell you my conspiracy theory on that?
Your conspiracy theory on why he went back in the game?
Yes.
Well, he went back in the game because he was healthy. Like, before you tell me your conspiracy theory, you're a little all over the place because in one breath you can't say, hey, it was no big deal to hit. It was fine. Like, this is the league being too sensitive. And then saying, why is he going back in the game? He's going back in the game because he wasn't hurt. Just like he went back in the game last year in a preseason game after he went in the blue tent.
Evan, they were missing 2 starting offensive linemen in the game, and they were playing Brian Flores, who was actually diagramming blitzes for them. Okay,
so then don't start. Why would taking the hit change anything?
Because once you see that kind of
hit, missed the block by Tyrone Tracy
misses the block. What is the juice worth the squeeze? Now,
what was the juice worth the squeeze before he didn't get hurt? Like, I think you're missing that point.
He didn't get hurt. You're right.
So then why would you scream, get him out of the game?
Because I thought he was hurt because TV showed me a quick cutaway. That was my immediate reaction.
Once he's back in the game, it shows you he's not hurt.
Exactly, but I still thought. Just like we've lived preseason injuries. Like, if that has nothing to do with Jackson's concussion history, it's the idea of Brian Flores is going to tee up and come after this guy. We're missing 2 offensive linemen. I don't like that in a preseason game.
All right, fine. What's your conspiracy theory?
My conspiracy theory is I believe John Harbaugh put him back in the game because he knew it was a BS blue tent. And just like John Harbaugh has squashed all these controversies that surrounded the Giants this offseason, by putting Jaxson Dart back in the game, we avoided a week-long conversation of, well, does he have a concussion? Did he not have a concussion?
That makes sense.
John Harbaugh.
That makes sense, actually.
Because then the controversy was just simply, should he have been in the blue tent?
Right.
Instead of, well, is he even healthy?
Yeah, the fact he came back in the game eliminated any injury concern.
And I think that's why Harbaugh did it.
I'm curious if we're thinking alike. I've not had a chance to listen to your podcast. What was your biggest takeaway from the preseason game against Miami on Saturday?
That I believe the cornerback room is no longer the number one problem on the Giants. I actually think it's totally deep enough, and the Giants can be just fine there.
Guys have played well.
Yeah. And I'm starting to probably wrongly believe that Deonte Banks has been fixed.
He's played well. Now it's the preseason, so I think we need to see more of it.
And the Dolphins are atrocious and terrible. But if he was getting beat badly or just showing signs of not being able to track a ball or not being aggressive, like Deonte Banks used to run away from tackles. He's flying all over the place in these first 2 games. I kind of think they're going to be fine, at least for this year, at the quarterback room.
I guess I'm a little bit more insider than you. I was really taken by J.C. Davis. I mean, that kid played every snap of a preseason game.
Every snap. Now,
that's crazy. Honestly, I didn't know who the hell he was till the game started.
Third day 3 pick, second year in a row, the Giants have developed seemingly a day 3 offensive lineman in Marcus Bowe and J.C. Davis. That's a strength on this team.
What about Odell? Had the drop in the end zone.
You got to catch the ball. Listen, we could all scream and yell and say, he's getting open, nobody's throwing him the ball. You are battling to make the last wide receiver spot on the team. That counts. You can't drop the ball when you get the opportunity.
Now, I want to make you feel comfortable.
All right.
I want to make you feel warm and fuzzy because Sean, if you're just tuning in, gotten a lot of hot water today.
Did I?
Yeah, because he said George Lombard Jr. is a Hall of Famer.
That's not what I said.
And it bothered a lot of people.
No. This is how narratives start, like Jaxson Dart. That's not what I said.
Okay.
I said he should be in a Hall of Fame conversation by being a top 5 shortstop in baseball.
Okay. I want to give I want to give you a chance to prove that you're fair and balanced.
All right.
Double teamed the first week, 9 snaps in week 2, got a sack and a couple of quarterback hurries.
Incredible.
Are you ready to say that David Bailey is a first ballot Hall of Famer?
The New York Jets suck.
Are you ready?
How about when he plays 17 regular season games? I will say that.
What about
I like
18 snaps in the preseason?
No, he's played well. I like David Bailey a lot.
Dude, it's getting me hot and heavy.
Yeah, it should. By the way, you take a pass rusher second overall.
You better be a superstar.
Yes.
No, I think and that's where I think it's a little bit different than baseball. I think when you're a top 100 prospect, sure, you hope they're great. When you are the number 2 pick in the NFL draft, here's why it's different. In theory, you shouldn't be picking number 2 a lot.
No.
This should be the last time you pick number 2. And the guy better be a Hall of Famer. There's a lot to see, but so far, in a limited amount of time that we've seen David Bailey, and I've been very conservative so far during this offseason. I think the Jets are winning 4 games, blah, blah, blah. David Bailey's getting you hot and bothered.
Yes, he should. You should be excited. You don't draft number 2 often enough, especially when it's not a quarterback. I'd be very excited. And you made the point on draft night, we were sitting there, that he's always going to be compared to Arvell Reese. I mean, how about in this town we start having teams double hit? Like, wouldn't it be sick if both guys were good and we didn't have to worry about
I'm talking about the Jets right now. We did the Giants.
No, but
why are you doing this?
Because you did this.
No, I didn't bring up Arvell. I'm talking about the Jets now. We did the Giants.
Dude.
I gave you fun. Now we're talking Jets, and you brought it back to Arvell Reese. We're not talking about Arvell Reese.
You're the one who said they're always going to be compared.
I did. That was on draft day. We don't have to do it all the time.
All right, so now my point is he better be good, considering you're the one that brought up that he's going to be compared to somebody they passed on.
I did. I brought that up on draft night.
So
that doesn't mean we have to
reiterating that.
Oh, okay.
Jeez. Now you're all testy. You know what? Also, let's take a window seat to Giants training camp, sponsored by Window-Rama's First Down Deals. 30% off your installation project, plus low to no financing. Arvell Reese looks great, too.
I don't think that dropping a pass is like a skill you lose as you get older. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think your hands go as you get older.
No.
I think separation goes. I think speed goes. I think durability goes. The reason I say that is I'm actually defending Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not worried that he dropped a touchdown because I think Odell Beckham will be mostly fine on balls like that thrown to him this season if he's on the roster.
Do you remember the outcome of the only playoff game Odell Beckham Jr. played with the Giants?
Yeah, they lost to the Green Bay Packers. It was called the Love Boat game.
What was the biggest storyline?
He had a drop.
Game?
He had a big drop in that game. Yeah,
Multiple
a couple of them. Yeah. What's your point?
My point is Odell Beckham.
Oh, that hasn't changed?
No.
He's always been a dropper?
He didn't play any football last year. Only played 4 games 2 years ago. So the lack of football combining with the fact that when you get an opportunity, like, you just got to make that catch. We can't carry 6 wide receivers who drop touchdowns. I don't think that's going to be the case, and I think sensible heads will prevail. But when you're in a competition, does Dalen Cambry drop that pass? Does he get the same benefit of the doubt? He doesn't.
Right.
So I have to weigh that. It's who you are now.
You think he makes the team?
I think he does now that Berrios is hurt. I do. I think he will be the 6th wide receiver on the team.
Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Tim in West Orange. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Evan. Hey, Sean. How you guys doing today?
What's up, Tim?
Good. What's up?
So I was calling about the Jets quarterback situation. I had a question about them, but before I get to that, I wanted to talk about the Giants because I'm a diehard Giant fan.
So you're bringing it back to the Giants.
I agree. Well, yeah, exactly. Of course, I have to. I do think Odell will make the team just because even though he was a diva back in the day, I think his veteran presence is going to help the young guys. But my question about the Jets, Evan, this is probably for you, get better to answer. What would you think? Would the Cleveland Browns probably go with Watson and Shador? They got Dylan Gabriel, who was, I believe, a third-round pick. I'm not sure. He might have been a second. I couldn't put. What about the Jets taking a flyer on him? He will look good in limited time with the Browns. You think he would be an option?
No, because I don't think the Cleveland Browns, despite naming Deshaun Watson their starting quarterback, are looking to get rid of a third-round pick from a year ago and Dylan Gabriel. I think they probably view Gabriel and Sanders as being a part of that quarterback room next year when they draft another young quarterback. So I just don't think he's available. Like, where the Jets are in the quarterback room is this. Geno should play. He's the starter right away. Let's hope for the best. They don't have any depth. They have a project as their backup. A prospect, but a project. Everyone else in that quarterback room does fit the nickname. What do they call it? A garbage dump?
Yeah.
Kind of disrespectful to the players, but you get the point. Like, you get it. Brady Cook is not the answer. Bailey Zappi should never see the football field for the Jets this season. So would I be opposed to bringing in, like, real human being quarterbacks that could challenge for the backup role or be a third stringer? I've got no problem with that. I just don't think Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders are realistic at this point.
Yeah, Gabriel was a reach of a third-round pick anyway. You don't want him coming to being your backup now.
Billy is in Stamford, Connecticut. Hey, Billy.
What's going on, guys? I wanted to talk about, I heard, obviously, Sean mentioned before the Hall of Fame trajectory for George Lombard. So I just want to compare. I got two examples here. I obviously love George Lombard, but we're getting a little too high on him. I mean, Gary Sanchez, in his first year coming up, he played about 55 games. Everybody thought he was going to be the greatest guy ever. He hit 20 home runs in that short span. And obviously, the year before as well, Greg Bird did a similar thing. So I'm just thinking we might be getting a little too high on him.
Billy, I think that's fair.
What do you guys think?
Billy, but it also feels very negative by you. Did we say this about, or would you have felt this way about Aaron Judge? Like, Aaron Judge is successful and going to be a Hall of Famer. Like, that was the same thing.
Yeah, but more times than not, they turn out not to be. And I think Gary Sanchez is probably the best example if you want to go to the annals of Shaun Morash opinions. When Gary Sanchez burst onto the scene and was a three-war player in the 50 games he played in 2016,
loved him.
Did you think he was the next Johnny Bench? Even the following year when he had 33 home runs in 122 games, did you think he was the next Johnny Bench? And the answer is probably yes.
And he came with
and
the
you
hype
thought
that
Luis
Lombard did.
Severino was better than Jacob deGrom.
Cool.
Thank you, Connor. I wasn't going to do it, but I
also
appreciate
thought
it.
Cam Schlittler was, and I'm right about that. So
what was that?
I also thought Cam Schlittler was.
He's not better than DeGrom yet. See, that's the thing. You're doing the same thing now with Schlittler. Even if he wins a Cy Young, he still has work to do. Oh, you mean the current Jacob deGrom?
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's at the end of his career. He's 38 years old.
Calm down.
I didn't know what you meant.
Calm down.
Did I tell you that, and I want to give the proper credit, Chris P. You know Chris P. who works here? Does a great job covering the NBA as well?
Like crispy chicken? Oh,
yeah.
Preseason?
Chris Preseason?
Jeez.
You're aware of him?
I'm aware of him. I mean,
he did some great research.
I don't need all the Liberty tweets. He's been muted, but yes.
You muted him?
I couldn't take it. Dude, we're in the middle of baseball season, football camp, and with all due respect to the New York Liberty, I don't need every Liberty tweet under the sun.
He's going viral, though, all the time.
You know what? Good for Chris. I'll be back with you in October when the NBA starts.
Well, you know what Chris sent me?
What?
Did some great research. He found the audio of Joe and I talking about your anti-Jacob deGrom opinions.
Is that right?
Yeah, I have the clip. I have it right here.
Huh.
You know what? It's very long, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it to our great Andrew Kaplan to edit it down a little bit because I can't play the whole thing.
I'm sure he's thrilled.
I'm sure he is. And coming up, we'll say at 1 o'clock. We'll give it a lot of time. We'll actually hear, when it was happening, you besmirching the name Jacob deGrom and putting over Luis Severino in a completely unfair way. We have the audio. Great job by Chris finding it.
Unlike you, I'll admit when I was wrong. I was wrong about that.
I know you were. And that's where people get upset when you bring up now that George Lombard Jr.'s got a one-way ticket to the Hall of Fame.
I didn't say one-way ticket. Again, let's just keep over-exaggerating what I said so that the new audience comes in and goes, you said that? That's not what I said.
What did I
never
already
said
forgot
that.
what you said.
I never said that. Okay?
Let's go to Paul in Old Tappan, New Jersey. Hey, Paul.
Hey, guys. How we doing today?
Good.
Hey, the reason I called... The reason I called today
Did I
was
pronounce
got
it Old Tappan?
I think
What?
you didn't...
Tappan Zee Bridge.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
There you go.
Well, Paul, am I right? If it's the Tappan Zee Bridge, why would it also be Tappan? That doesn't even make any sense.
You called it Tappan.
That's just how it's been pronounced for the last 100 years. So we're just going to go with it. So.
You called it Tappan.
Oh, my bad.
Yes. Okay. Jeez.
Yeah, it's Old Tappan. You got it right. Hey, listen, the reason I called is because I got to take exception a little bit to Evan. You didn't defend your partner.
What do you mean?
Because the caller that called about, that Tiki said nothing when you brought up Big Blue Tent. Tiki took exception to that.
Yes, that is true.
Huh.
So in fairness, Tiki did not like me calling him Blue Tent.
Okay.
Our compromise was if I add the big to it, he'll allow me to say it. He will never call him that.
You're dead to me.
So that was where things went. It was like an on-air negotiation between me and Tiki. I said, hey, if I start calling him Blue Tent, you got a problem with that? And he said, yeah, you're not calling him that. I said, what if we add Big Blue Tent? I think that may have been his idea, in fairness. And he was like, okay, but I'm not doing it. And I said, fine, you don't have to call him that. I'm not calling him that.
So a couple examples of not defending your current co-host.
Yeah, it's the second time today, Evan, you've been accused of being a bad teammate.
This is, geez, he's making Deshaun Watson look like a leader of men.
I'm disloyal.
Exactly.
I defend my old partners. I don't defend my current partners.
Exactly.
Is that what I do?
Yes, exactly.
Let's say good afternoon or good morning. It's really your perspective when it's 12:19 because it is the summer. So if you slept in late and you partied last night, it's still the morning. But for most human beings, it's the afternoon. So let's say whatever to Mike in Springfield, New Jersey. What's up, Mike?
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Good.
I was calling about the Jaxson Dart situation, and it's funny. Very early on, I thought I was nitpicking him a little bit, texting buddies like his first 2 or 3 games that he tends to sell his injuries or his hits a lot, as he'll get up and kind of shake his head, like shake the cobwebs off or lay down a little bit longer. And I'm shocked no one on Dayball's staff last year, they were trying to get him to avoid taking the hits, which makes sense, but no one really told him, hey, like if you act hurt, they might pull you off the field. And it's now, I think Sean's right. The narrative from last year is definitely going to carry over to this year, where if he looks hurt, he's a liability to stay out there for the independent neurologist. They're going to pull him in the blue tent.
Mike, you hit on the other part of this that, honestly, I forget every time they keep bringing up, but it's so true. Jaxson Dart now has lost the ability to do what a Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen does, which is you kind of wince in pain for a little bit, lay there, hope you draw the late driving into ground penalty. Jaxson Dart's not going to get any of those now, because if he does that, he's immediately going to the tent, and he has to just pop right up.
It's interesting. That's part of the research that Tiki and I did not do. When we looked at all the hits Dart took and try to find if there's unfairness to this, when he went to the blue tent, we noticed it does take him a while to come up on every single hit. If you're telling me, well, yeah, but that's normal, and Josh Allen does it all the time, and Pat Mahomes does it all the time, and they do it to get calls like they're in the NBA, then you are right that you're taking away some kind of – I know it's annoying when players do this. We call it flopping in the NBA, but it is something that players do to try to get 15 yards.
And this is the best way to look about it. Obviously, if you really want to do the research, that's fine. How many times do we sit here on a Monday, regular season and playoffs, and we discuss – can you believe, what is this, flag football? What is the defensive guy supposed to do? He's driving him into the ground. Well, a lot of time that's getting called because the quarterback's lying there. Jaxson Dart can't get that call now.
Earlier in the show, Shaun Morash said that he was considering ending his friendship with Tommy Lugauer because he wished him a happy birthday and did not get a response for 24 hours. We have someone on hold defending Tommy. Let's go to Tommy's lawyer, Loretta, on Long Island. Loretta, your defense of Tommy Lugauer. Loretta.
Yes, hi.
What is your defense of Tommy Lugauer?
I'm saying is I looked up on Google this.
Yeah.
It takes longer for text messages to reach a ship that's out on sea on the Disney cruises because of maritime satellite dishes.
Luke evening. Yeah, is Tommy on a cruise, though?
No, Loretta, you're getting confused. Chris McMonagle is on the Disney cruise. Tommy Lugauer went to Nashville for 48 hours.
Damn it! Luke evening. I thought Tommy had an excuse. He was on a cruise. It takes a while.
I, for one, am relieved.
Maybe he went on a boat ride in Nashville, though.
But I'm
International
relieved.
waters.
I'm relieved because I'm so sick and tired of people confusing me for Loogie and Loogie for me. Now, if they're confusing Loogie for Big Mac, I've arrived.
Yeah. Sorry, Chris.
Welcome to hell.
You and Loogie are the same.
Loogie.
Yeah, I buy the cruise thing because Big Mac hasn't done a go-get-him in like months.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's had his producer do him. Ryan's done
No one's done one. It's a dead podcast. It's just no one's doing it. It's been inactive for like 2 weeks in the middle of a Yankee pennant race. And I get it that the internet's bad on the cruise, so I don't blame Big Mac for not doing it. I would just say someone should have filled in for him.
Yeah, I could have done it for him.
Would you have done it for him?
I actually would have as a friend. I would have.
He may have been afraid that you would just take the podcast.
That's not. I would. First of all, I do enough. I would need. If there's
true.
anybody here, he should be afraid that would not take his podcast. Me.
Yeah. Sorry, Tommy, you're still guilty. I thought that was a great defense. Mookie. More of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And in fairness, about 2 weeks ago, Sean and I had a debate on if the American League East race was over. I was pretty adamant it was. Sean remained confident it wasn't. Well, where do we stand now that the Yankees are only 3 games back as we enter August 24th? We'll get an update on that coming up. It's Evan and Tiki, without Tiki, but with Shaun Morash.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer and also sponsored by Surfside Iced Tea and Lemonades Plus Vodka. It's not a seltzer, it's a Surfside.
It's a hot time in the summertime with Stateside. Meet WFAN at the Stateside Beach Bash at the Salt Shack in Babylon. The ultimate end of summer party on Long Island. Join us for a live broadcast with Evan Roberts and Shaun Morash, featuring Jerry Recco, Friday at 10 a.m. It's an end of summer party with Stateside and the Fan broadcasting live.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
If you work in New Jersey manufacturing, your chance to network, learn, and connect with resources for your business is October 2nd, the annual Made in New Jersey Manufacturing Day in Freehold at iPlay America.
Join your colleagues and register today at njmep.org.
Todd, do we still have time to make this the summer at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram?
John Montone, of course. There are still incredible deals to be had at Ramsey during the Make This the Summer event.
You must be speaking of the low lease options for a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Just $379 a month for 36 months, $48.68 total due at signing, or purchase with 0 APR financing for 36 months.
Or lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4 for as little as $429 a month for 36 months and just $49.18 total due at signing. Or purchase with 0% APR financing for 36 months.
This is your last chance to make this the summer with some hot deals at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax title registration extra. 0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760. MSRP 49605. VIN number T8599538. MSRP 53255. APR 2778 per month for 1000 finance. Expires 8/31/26.
Sideswiped at Atlantic Ave in Flatbush? Shulman and Hill injury lawyers swipe back to protect the injured. No one fights harder for New York. Every borough, every block. Shulman and Hill. We are New York. Get a free case review. Search Shulman and Hill injury lawyers.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
It's time to get everything you need for the job from one partner. No more juggling vendors. We've got your entire job supply covered. Supply the entire job with job lot quantities of everything you need. from flooring to roofing, with access to thousands of products not available in stores. More products mean more colors, sizes, and finishes, so you can get exactly what you need to get the job done. Learn more at the Pro Desk, the Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
I'm Galen, co-founder of Brooklyn Solarworks. With my Chase Inc. Business Premier Card, I get unlimited 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more. So everything we buy to run our solar business gives us cash back that we put back into the neighborhood, donating solar panels to community gardens.
Chase Inc. Cash back built for every business. Find the right card at chase.com/Inc. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, August 27th when the Yankees host the Astros for a very special night in the Bronx, Seinfeld Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a George Costanza Calzone bobblehead presented by Star. Tickets are on sale now at Yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss Seinfeld Night and the George Costanza Calzone bobblehead. Thursday, August 27th. Yankees versus Astros at Yankee Stadium.
Okay, hold up. What is that?
It's new Tide Evo.
That little white tile is laundry detergent?
Yep, Tide Evo is a super concentrated laundry detergent that's built different because it's packed with 6 layers of cleaning power that fight odors, stains, dinge, and extra work. And it smells so good.
New Tide Evo. Love it or your money back.
Money back guarantee issued via prepaid card by mail. See Tide.com for details.
Hey, it's Brew, and I feel like everything in my life depends on being connected. Whether I'm uploading a video, hopping on a call before my show, or video chatting with my family back in Michigan, I never have to think about my Wi-Fi. And that's why Xfinity stands out. You get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, you can get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that.
New York sports never stops, and neither do the opinions. Talk Jets, Giants, Yankees, and Mets. Join the show now at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
It's time for the WFAN Fan Focus, and this according to Joel Sherman, the Yankees are planning to call up reliever Justin Topa, who they recently signed. His ERA in 26 games with the Twins this year, 23 games, 8.05. So another great arm for that Yankee pen. You all right?
Doing some research real quick for the show. Don't worry, it's for the show. It's not like anything else.
Did you hear Justin Topa's coming up?
Yeah, I heard Justin Topa's coming up. Don't get nuts about that. These are relievers that... I call it the Syracuse shuttle when I mention it with the Mets. Yeah. They're relievers to eat innings, and then they go away, and they're replaced by somebody else. Unless Topa pitches very well in the limited chances he gets and sticks, which is a great thing, he's not going to be on the playoff roster. So don't get nuts about stuff like that.
I will. Where is Angel Chivihi, by the way?
He got hurt.
Oh, he got hurt.
Yeah, you missed that one?
I did miss that one.
Yeah, he got hurt. I forget the exact injury, but he definitely got hurt.
Wow, down in AAA got hurt. That sucks. Okay.
So the Yankees right now are 3 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays for first place in the American League East.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was a few weeks ago I came on the air and I said, look, I think the Yankees are still making the playoffs. They can still go to a World Series. But just based on the math, based on how average they've been without Judge, and he's not walking through that door tomorrow, the AL East is over. And you called me Fugazi Salicata.
Yep.
You know, all those things. And I said, look, I'm just being honest with you.
Yep.
Like, I'm just telling you. And we want me to tell you, I think it's over. Now, to the credit of the Yankees and to the credit of Pete Alonso and the Orioles, that deficit is now down to 3, mainly Because, the Yankees are winning games. I don't want to take anything away from them. But the Rays just lost 5 out of 7 to the Orioles in the last week and a half.
Yep.
And they're within 3, and it doesn't matter why. So I guess the natural question you have for me is, do I want to admit I'm wrong?
Well,
or how do you want to phrase it? Because I'll give you an honest answer.
Number one, I pushed back on you and I said, let me see them cut it down to 3 before September because the September schedule's used up. And you said, I don't even think that matters. So you do have the out of saying, I didn't care that it was ever getting to 3. But Evan, is the AL East over?
No, I want to be fair to you. Okay, I think the Rays will hold on and win the American League East.
Okay.
I still think that making up 3, but probably 4 games, because remember, all the Rays have to do is win 1 of the 4 games at Yankee Stadium to win the tiebreaker.
Which is the last week of the season.
Right. Now, obviously, Yankees go out and win all 4. Yeah, all bets are off. You should win the AL East at that point. I doubt that'll happen. The Rays give you trouble. It's difficult to sweep a team and sweep a team of 4 games, so I think you have to make up 4 games. I think that the Rays will win the AL East. But it would be disingenuous for me to say into a microphone on August 24th at 3 games back that, you're dead. Obviously, you're in it. I mean, you could tie them up by the end of the week.
Yeah, no doubt. And I just
I acknowledge that. So if you want me to admit I'm wrong about the level of the race being over, I'll gladly do it.
Okay.
But I do think Tampa Bay will still win the American League East. Is that a fair answer?
Yeah, because I think you're allowed to have a prediction, but also say it's certainly not over because anything could happen. I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, they've made it close enough. Like, it'd be foolish for me to say it's like not a race.
Yeah.
Of course it's a race.
And to reiterate what I always believed in, if the Yankees could do what they seemingly have, which is, of course, the Rays having to crash down and play bad baseball, they have. Yankees play well enough. And I told you, it feels like that the hot start did start that Friday night versus Atlanta. The Yankees have certainly
I think
played
you've been
better
right
baseball.
about that, yeah.
The month of September, the Rays will start by finishing a series with the Mets. And look, insert the Mets here. I mean, they've had their good runs, and certainly they had a kind of a rough weekend here in Chicago. 4 at Texas, who we think will be playing for that division lead, so he's playing hard. At Atlanta for 3, home with the Astros for 3. Then they play the A's, and then it's Red Sox, Yankees, Phillies to end the year for the Rays. It's a tough September for them.
No doubt. And just to back you up, you did say the last time we did a show together, which was a long time ago, that you feel the Yankees are about to get hot as they were getting set to take on the Braves. Remember, they had just lost 2 out of 3 to St. Louis. They had the split against the White Sox, so they were kind of in this mediocre territory.
But it was post-deadline, post-calling Lombard, and they had that feel of like, I can see them now taking the next step.
Here's what they've done, because I'm all about facts.
Yeah.
They have played 15 games since that series, since that declaration. They're 10-5. So I give that to you.
And honestly, and if there wasn't for a rougher weekend in Toronto, it could have been better than that.
Nah, you can't do that. It could have been. I mean, you lost 2 out of 3 to Toronto. You returned the favor this weekend. Good job by you.
Yeah.
You mixed in that sweep of the Orioles. Good job by you.
Definitely.
But overall, I think you can take some minor victories on those arguments. I'll be the first to admit it.
And a monster series this weekend, Fenway Park, Red Sox, Yankees, which I also should remind everybody, Friday, Long Island, Salt Shack. You and I doing a show.
What are we doing?
We are going to the Salt Shack.
Oh, that's awesome.
On Long Island.
I forgot. That's great.
My home. One of my home beaches.
How far away do you live from there?
8 minutes. Door
Can
to
I
door.
sleep over?
You can.
Really?
You can.
So if I come over after Mets Brewers midnight, so I don't have to get up, you'll let me sleep over?
I'm going to the Met Brewer game as well Thursday night.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I'm taking my kids and wife. I wonder what my wife would say if I say drive home with the kids. I'm going to go to Sean's. Like I just switch. I switch out.
How would you get home from the beach the next day without your car?
Screwed. Yeah, that's a good point.
Because
I didn't think that
I'm
through.
going
You just
back
Uber?
out at the Salt Shack.
I can do what?
You just Uber.
Nah, I won't do that.
Either way, parking's free. Come watch us at Salt Shack. But that Friday, we're going to be doing an end of summer show this Friday. Stateside vodka, Surfside, the whole thing. And we're going to be going into Yankees, Red Sox, and Giants, Jets.
That is true. It's a big sports weekend.
Yeah.
Jets, Giants, final preseason game before it starts to count, and Yankees, Red Sox. The Yankees go into this week 3 games up on the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
So
Jared Carrabis, eat our shorts.
You got a problem with Jared Carrabis?
Oh, he wanted to make that little video with the Fenway Park standings when they were a half game up when the Yankee game had not ended that night. And, basically the Red Sox have tanked compared to the Giants. Since I know they had a great weekend versus the Giants, but I digress.
I'm a Jared Carrabis guy. I mean, you don't have to take shots at him.
Well, he jinxed the Red Sox.
Is that what you're going
He
with?
pulled the Licata and pulled the U.
Yeah. We're so powerful. Sal, Carrabis, me, Michael K. We're all so powerful that we just jinx teams. K was the real jinx when he commented on the Yankees suck chant from Red Sox fans, and then they got red hot. Like, that definitely was a jinx.
F that.
I'm serious.
I did also hear you wanted to touch the pesky pole with the Red Sox.
I did, yes. Because I've never touched a foul pole. We were talking about the controversial.
But why didn't you just do it when
I
you
didn't
got
do
there?
it. It was too tough to get down there.
No, but you have to say, guys, it's like really important for me to touch this pole. I got to get there.
It was just. Have you been to Fenway?
No.
Yeah.
It's an oddity that I've been to so many stadiums that I've never been to Fenway.
I think it's a character flaw that you've never been to Fenway.
You know why? I can't mentally go north. I go south.
So I've been there a few times. I've been there a bunch of times. And when I was sitting in the right field corner, I remember the exact game. It was horrible seats. It was the Omir Santos game, as Met fans gladly know it as. Do you know the Omir Santos game, or is that a Met thing?
Is it a Sunday night game?
Yes.
No,
Friday night.
Friday night.
No, Saturday night.
It was a national TV game, was it not?
Yeah, it was a weekend. I didn't go to the Friday
By the way,
game.
I forget
it was
the
a
details.
Saturday. I think it was a Saturday night.
I remember watching the game with friends and it becoming a
Applebaum,
thing. Yeah, right. Okay.
JJ Putz.
I forget exactly what happened, but yes.
I just don't know if that's like a Met thing or if all baseball fans are like, oh, yeah, the Omir Santos
Put
game.
it this way. If you said Omir Santos, my reaction would be the Omir Santos game, but yet I can't tell you what that means.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because we say it a lot.
Yes.
So I was sitting in the right field corner. It takes a while to get down to the pole. So I've never been able to touch it. Anyhow, before we get back to your calls, 888-808-1019, Shaun Morash, it's been a while since I can say this. Feed us.
Shaun Morash in the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. Take it away, Connor.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You've been on vacation for a week. You can't do a Cinco?
Soft launching.
And Connor does a great job. I like his Cincos, but damn.
Hold on now.
I'd love to fire his ass.
Here's a good example. Giancarlo Stanton, if he didn't get hurt and was coming back, and Luis Garcia Jr. and Ben Rice was smashing, should Garcia or Ben Rice sit because Stanton's coming back?
I'm very confused. Just do the Cinco.
Thank you.
Alrighty,
Connor's
so
Garcia and Ben Rice.
Uncle Geno Smith, great game on Friday, 7 for 7. So I'm going to give you the top 5 quarterbacks who revived their careers with a different team. Geno already did this. Maybe he can do it again. So here are the top 5 QBs to revive their careers with a different team.
Here we go! Number 5.
Number 5, Randall Cunningham, 3-time Pro Bowler, one of the top QBs in the NFL with the Eagles. Ended up actually retiring after getting benched in 1996. Came back 1998. Brad Johnson got hurt with the Vikings. He goes in, has the best season of his career, which led Chris Carter to say this that year.
Randall played so well that I forgot what Brad hurt. Normally when your quarterback's hurt, you're like, man, when he's going to get back, it's going to be, 5 weeks recovery, and then we're going to get him back. But Randall played so well that it was like, man, Brad, you can't come back. Because Randall's really the only guy that can get the ball to Randy.
Threw 34 touchdowns that year. They go 15-1, lost the NFC Championship game, though, to the Falcons. Game they should have won.
That famous NFC Championship game. Now that you've started doing the Cinco, I remembered that you are better than Sean because you do the clips, which I love. So, you know what, Sean? As long as Connor's here, you're fired.
Thank you.
From the Cinco. From the Cinco, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Number 4.
Vinny Testaverde. Won the Heisman, drafted number 1 overall by the awful Bucks in the 1980s, bounced around from team to team, finally lands with the Jets in 1998, was actually the backup that year. Glenn Foley was the starter. Testaverde went in and had the greatest season, quarterback season in Jets history.
That's a
14-yard gain officially. Testaverde play fake. Smingy comes from the outside. Johnson touchdown. Keyshawn Johnson.
That's a touchdown pass he threw 1998 divisional playoff against the Jaguars, but 29 TDs that year.
Yeah.
I would say best, at least from a stats perspective, season in Jets history.
That's the comp you want because it led to the success that we remember fondly if you're of a certain age as a Jet fan. So when you think of Geno, and it's probably not going to turn out that way, and there are certainly some differences, the Vinny comp is the one that we hold in high esteem.
All right, here we go.
Number 3.
Number 3, Rich Gannon. The Patriots drafted him. I didn't know this, but they tried to convert him to a defensive back. He said no. They traded him to the Vikings. He kicked around the league for 15 years. Finally lands with the Raiders before winning the NFL MVP. They go to the Super Bowl that year.
Gannon, pump fake, down the sideline. Touchdown, Jerry Porter.
Jerry Porter, it's a zone coverage. Perfect throw by Gannon.
That's when they beat the Jets in the playoffs in 2002. They beat them back-to-back years with Rich Gannon, but kicked around for 15 years, finally had success at 37.
Rich Gannon is the example everybody will use. I've done it many times. When you bring in a veteran quarterback and you're like, you never know. Maybe we got something. Maybe he turns into Rich Gannon.
Exactly.
99.9999999% of the time, it doesn't happen, but he is you look at him, he's the inspiration.
All right, here we go.
Number 2.
Number 2, Jim Plunkett, the Plunky QB. Also a Heisman winner, drafted number 1 overall, kicked around for a while. Finally goes to the Raiders at 30 years old. People kind of thought he was washed up, wasn't going to be anything, and finally has success there with the Raiders. So 2 guys that had success with the Raiders after being journeymen.
Plunkett on a straight drop back. Here comes the rush. Steps up. Can't find anybody yet. Takes off running to the left. Rolls on the move. And it's caught by King at the 40. King takes over the 50. He'll go all the way. Touchdown Raiders.
He won 2 Super Bowls, won NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Super Bowl MVP. He's the only quarterback in NFL history to win 2 Super Bowls and not be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, Eli Manning.
Well, I guess that's true, but I guess people expect him to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yes, exactly.
It's funny. Eli Manning and Jim Plunkett sometimes get compared to each other because they both were 500 quarterbacks. Jim Plunkett finished 72 and 72. Eli was a 500 quarterback. I will say one of the big differences, and I didn't see Jim Plunkett, in fairness, so I say this through research, reading, and stories. I did not watch him. For any of the older listeners are going to get pissed off at me, but Eli was better than Jim Plunkett. He just statistically was better. He was better. Jim Plunkett never was a Pro Bowler. Now, I know that shouldn't be the end-all, be-all, but you got to be a Pro Bowler a couple of times.
Well, and Eli played way more games and retired top 10, top 8 in passing yards and touchdowns.
But they are connected because of the two championships and the fact that they're not in the Hall of Fame.
All right, here we go.
Number 1.
Number 1, Uncle Sam, Slingin' Sammy, Sam Darnold, who went from this to this.
George Galati's the running back. Fake to him. Darnold to the end zone. Barber's got a touchdown.
Everybody wrote off Sam Darnold. And now people always give the Jets flack for this, but really, in my opinion, the Vikings deserve way more flack because they won 14 games with Sam Darnold and let him walk for J.J. McCarthy, who I think we can all admit cannot play in the NFL.
Connor, I love you. There are some major omissions on your list. But that was number 1, correct?
That was number 1.
You never give me, Sean, I love you, there's major omissions from your list. You're just like, how'd you miss that?
Okay. Connor, how'd you miss that? I'm going to give you 2 that jump out at me.
Thank you.
Number 1 is for Sean. I don't think he should be number 1, but certainly an honorable mention to Kerry Collins.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But the big one, do you know who the big one is? It is number 1 by a mile.
Favre?
And there's numerous examples. No, but
I thought about him, but it's revived his career, and I feel like he started his career, even though he didn't actually start there. He didn't play until he went to Green Bay, really.
Fair enough.
It was only 1 year with the Jets, and then I wouldn't include Favre, but fine. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't include it. Kurt Warner.
Great one.
Kurt Warner.
Well, he already had a great career with the Rams.
But even before he got to the Rams, he's 28 years
around.
old. He's bouncing around. He's in the Arena Football League. He's the definition of that. And then, yes, he does it again. If you want to include it, I certainly would. From his days of being benched for Eli Manning to the Arizona Cardinals are in the Super Bowl.
And originally he went from his first team was the Hy-Vee local supermarket and then revived his career with the Rams.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think Kurt Warner's number 1 on the list. That's a horrific omission. I'm
sorry.
Still love you. I think you're great. Would you agree with that, Sean?
Yes. And we were 1 NFC championship game away from Case Keenum being on this list as well.
That would have been a good one. Yeah, I think there's actually a lot of examples, but unfortunately, a lot of them are they revive their career and then it just goes away. Case Keenum. It's quick.
Exactly.
Which I'll take with Geno Smith. Get me to the AFC championship game. That'd be awesome. And then we could have debates on what they should do at quarterback. I welcome those debates. But that would be awesome. If he could pull a Vinny Testaverde and get me to the AFC championship game, I'd be ecstatic.
If he goes 7 for 7 on every drive this season, like he did on Friday, maybe.
That's a good point. If he keeps up the pace of the one drive he had against the Steelers, he actually may win the MVP.
Okay.
All right, back to you. 888-808-1019. Frank is in Syosset. Hey, Frank.
Hey, I haven't crashed the car yet, Evan.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. Sean, I think you got to throw Spencer Jones into the conversation, too, for the Hall of Fame.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not ready
Why
to
not?
do that yet. Although I love the way Spencer Jones is playing. Just Spencer Jones's first audition wasn't as sexy as Lombard's first audition. That's why.
Hey, I got a question for you. If you belong to Jenny Craig for weight loss and you were a loyal customer for Krispy Kreme, and a Krispy Kreme opened up right next to a Jenny Craig, which one do you go to first?
Well, donuts, we have that for breakfast, don't we?
What a question.
So I would go Krispy Kreme. And
That's
then
your answer?
You fat slob.
Is that him?
Oh, is that what?
Did he just call me a fat
No,
slob?
that's the caller from the 10 o'clock hour.
Oh, all right.
We've saved it so we can have it forever.
Okay. A fat slob.
And that was you responding to him calling you a fat slob. Yeah.
And of course, I only get my donuts at Dunkin'.
Of course.
Of course.
You kidding me?
So everybody knows that.
You know what I did the other night?
What?
Ordered Dunkin' at 11 o'clock at night.
Why?
And they delivered it.
How lazy are you?
How lazy am I? What, was I supposed to go out?
Yeah. Why did you need Dunkin' delivered?
Me and Jet were hanging out. We're watching TV,
So what'd
playing
you
a
get?
game. 6 glazed donuts.
At 11 o'clock at night?
A bacon, egg, and cheese
Did
sandwich.
CPS come?
And a bagel with cream cheese. It was mostly what Jet wanted. I have to be honest with you.
Sure.
I'm a great dad.
All right, good for you.
Connor in Tampa. What's up, Connor?
What's going on, guys? Big fan, big Shaun Morash guy, and a proud member of the Fat Slob Society.
Thanks.
That's the group I'm getting together here for all of us fat slobs. I hate to rehash the Jaxson Dart stuff, but I'm traveling for work, and I was thinking of a couple examples, and I even went back and rewatched one. In particular, I want to talk about Patrick Mahomes a couple years ago in that wild card game against the Dolphins. Takes a big shot, helmet explodes.
Sorry, we had to just edit that out. Be careful the rest of your call.
Apologies.
It's all right. We got you. Go ahead.
He takes a huge shot going into the goal line. Helmet shatters, and I get the elements had something to do with that. He's allowed to stay in the game, runs 2 more plays, and it's not as if, they ran up to the line or anything. They showed the replay in full on television. These spotters, whoever they are, had more than enough time. It's kind of just leading into that narrative of there is a little bit of there's been a note on Jaxson Dart around the league, and I think we need to nip this in the bud.
But my counter, and it's a question because Sean has the time to do all the research to prove this. Is it Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes getting the benefit of the doubt? Or is it, they're sensitive for Jaxson Dart? Like, I don't know if Mahomes and Allen would be the examples I'd use.
I think it's a mix.
On guys not getting up. I think you'd have to look at other young quarterbacks and see do they get the benefit of the doubt.
I think it's a mix, but I think the point on Allen and Mahomes would be, is Jaxson Dart ever going to be able to get to that point in his career now knowing this has been the case where he is going to be able to get the benefit of the doubt? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think he
don't know.
can if he becomes a superstar. Yeah, I think it's a superstar sports world that we live in where certain guys get calls, even in the NFL. Seth in Boca Raton. Hey, Seth.
Hey, Ev, I got to support my boy Sean on this Tommy not being grateful or saying thanks for gifts and birthday wishes. So let me give you my specific experience. So I had the lovely opportunity to meet Sean and Loogie at Fanatics Fest last year, and then subsequently I communicate with Sean. So he and I know each other. I sent Sean a birthday gift, a Giants jersey, and Sean can tell you the story, a Lugash Giants jersey last year. I then sent to Sean to give to Tommy directly because I had Sean's, address and we're communicating, so he knows who's it's coming from. So anyway, I gifted Loogie a birthday jersey last year saying Lugash with his number of his birthday age, and I never heard back from him. Never got his email or anything.
Wow.
Is that true, Sean?
Now I remember the story. Good call, Seth. Yes, he did, and I know Tommy got it because Tommy opened it in front of me. And no thank you. There was a note
He's
in there.
a cocky ass.
It's just sad to see what's happened to Tommy and what he's become, which is
Tommy, the mama's boy.
Not a man of the people, which kind of sucks because he was on a trajectory to be a man of the people.
That's crazy. Artie in Brooklyn. Hey, Artie.
Hey, guys. Thanks for the call. So the faith that Sean has in Harbaugh and Jaxson Dart, I have in Muji. I think next year we're going to get, if Adrian is not the not the coach that we think and hope that he's going to be, then we're going to get a coach, maybe McDermott, maybe somebody. We're going to get somebody that has the experience, and we have quarterbacks available. Now, I talked to your buddy, Ev, and he says he wants his own quarterback, but I don't care who the quarterback is if he's got the capability of bringing the Super Bowl. They got
I
two
don't
guys in
think
mind that you could get easy.
Yeah, but I don't care who the quarterback is. I just think that the easier route is going to be drafting one. Now, obviously, it's not easy
I don't
to
agree.
Why? Because you don't have faith in developing them? Is that the issue?
No, because I think two guys that have playoff experience and got one guy that's in the Super Bowl is having bad Baker and Hurts.
Yeah, I mean, is Jalen Hurts available? Also, how good is Jalen Hurts when you take him away from the bubble that is Philadelphia? I love Baker Mayfield. I don't know. Like, I'd be interested. I'm not saying I wouldn't be, but I also think that drafting your own quarterback, taking advantage of the rookie scale for the first couple of years, having the guy be younger, there's more upside to it. Now, there's a lot more risk to it because you got to develop the guy. And one thing about the faith you have in Muji compared to the faith in John Harbaugh, John Harbaugh has a resume. Like, the reason I have faith in him as a football fan is because he's done it. Darren Muji hasn't. So far, he's Joe Douglas. He's made some good picks. Great. Okay, Joe Douglas made a lot of good picks.
Yes.
Where is he now? So, faith that I have is usually, like, based on history. Right now, there is no history of Darren Muji. It doesn't mean I'm firing him or I don't like him, but there's a big difference between the resume of John Harbaugh and the resume of a Darren Muji.
Yeah, and I would just say Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, those teams are also going to have to replace quarterbacks. Like, are they doing that in the draft? Is McKee going to be the starter? So either way, if you're going to go after those guys, those teams are probably getting rid of those guys to go after a similar guy you should be taking in the
Connor
draft.
is about to take a Sean hit. Let me do this real quick. We got a bunch of people on hold that want to correct Connor on his list of quarterbacks resurrecting their career. So let's go to Eric in Union City. Who do you forget, Eric?
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. How do you defend that, Connor? From San Diego to the Saints.
Because a lot of these other guys I have on the list, their careers were totally non-existent, and then they revived their career, or like Randall Cunningham was out of the league. Drew Brees had a pretty decent career with the Chargers. I think he was a Pro Bowler and went to the playoffs, and then he just continued his good career.
Because they drafted Phillip Rivers.
Right.
Or traded for him.
Yeah, I think you're fair about that. I mean, Brees was coming off of an 11-win season and then a 9-win year and put up some pretty good numbers. And then
he was a hot commodity when he was a free agent.
Yeah, there was concerns about his health. That was the big thing. That's why the Dolphins were afraid of him. Jason on Long Island. Jason. Who you got, Jason? All right, I'll do it for him. He wanted to say Steve Young, which is an interesting example. Yeah. Because Steve Young was in Tampa Bay. When he played, he wasn't very successful. Then he sat behind Joe Montana for a bunch of years and then became a Hall of Fame quarterback. Steve Young's a good example.
It is, but like he's only in Tampa for 2 years. That team was awful. And then it wasn't like he was left for dead. The Niners scoop him up and obviously had a lot of belief in him because he sat behind Montana for years and years, and they always kind of felt he was the heir apparent.
We're learning about John Harbaugh and what he says and what he doesn't say. We'll take a listen to what he said about Tyrone Tracy and if it means his job may be in jeopardy. Plus, Shaun Morash ripping Jacob deGrom for Luis Severino. We do have the audio, and we found it. We'll get to that coming up, plus more of your calls. 888-808-1019.
Your NFL destination station is The Fan.
What John Harbaugh will do, he'll hold everybody else accountable. So if Jaxson has a bad game, it's not going to be about Jaxson Dart and his bad game. It's going to be about, I guess, the fault of everybody else on the team.
NFL MVP Boomer Esiason and Giants legend Tiki Barber hit you with the most informed opinions, taking you inside the team facility and inside the huddle like no one else can.
If Kate Klubnik comes in and he understands the system, he plays well in the preseason, there's no reason he shouldn't be playing if Geno Smith is playing like Geno Smith has played the last couple of years.
The greats talk shop with you here all season long on your home for everything NFL. 1019 FM WFAN.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Oh no, it's the end of college football as we know it. What a disaster. A dozen or so guys who spent time in NFL training camps but didn't get a fifth year of eligibility or going back to school so they can make a few $100,000 rather than scratching and fighting and clawing to hang on for $15,000 a week if they're lucky. If you have a problem with the players doing this, do me a favor. Turn down a job that pays you more with better security the next time you get offered one. I'm Chris Mack.
Hey y'all, it's Charlie Starr from Blackberry Smoke. Y'all know our fans are like family to us, and family watches out for each other, especially when we're out riding. So before you or your crew get on your motorcycles, make sure you're good to ride. Even one drink could be too many. Don't let a good ride end the wrong way. Ride sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by NHTSA.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you haven't checked out Collars & Co. yet, now's the time. They're the makers of the original dress collar polo that's changed the game. And now they've opened their first ever store right here in Manhattan. Whether you're looking for sharp shirts, everyday style, or their new Maverick Performance blazer, you'll find clothes that look great and feel even better. Stop by their new boutique at 182 Columbus Avenue or shop online at collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki and get 20% off your order.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you more of what matters. More passenger space and headroom for greater comfort. More cargo space, a lower lift-in height, and a standard power liftgate on every model. More connectivity with Google built-in integration, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. All in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Drive a Mazda during the Mazda's More to Move You sales event and discover what makes Mazda the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
It's fall, which means you're going to fall hard for this Dunkin' $6 meal deal. Now you get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. So wherever you're headed, work, school, the gym, or your next adventure, your breakfast or afternoon pick-me-up is covered. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal deal.
When you're at my level, you even spell sales differently. S-A-I-L-E-S. Now, I've closed enough deals to know a couple things. Hustle takes breaks. Infrastructure doesn't. The best sales teams don't wake up wondering where pipeline will come from. It's always working, quietly, in the background. Sales AI is pipeline as infrastructure, always on, like a power grid running under your reps. Start today at SAILES.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save $900 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new auto customers surveyed in 2025 who switched to Allstate and reported savings, potential savings and availability varies by state.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Start the day with Boomer and Gio, mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
I can't believe it's 1 o'clock already, which means we only have 1 hour left together. But if you want more time together with us, you can rewind on the free Odyssey app and listen to anything you missed from the show that was. I've made references over the years to Sean and I's early interactions together before he started on Evan and Tiki, and it was a Met-Yankee debate. And what I remembered it as was he told me that Severino was better than DeGrom, and that if DeGrom was traded to the Yankees, because there were wild rumors about that years ago, that Jake would make a nice number 2.
Yeah.
And it set me off, and we argued about it. And I've mentioned this on the air that was our interaction together. I give major credit to Chris P., who works here. He found audio of me and Joe talking about Shaun Morash and the DeGrom-Severino fight. So, ladies and gentlemen, I take you back to the old days of WFAN. This was 2018.
Wow.
Or maybe 2019. I don't have an exact date.
Okay. All right.
But I do know that it was brought to air. It involved not only you, but another guy who worked here at the time, who now works, I think, at SNY, named James Ward.
SNY, correct.
So I was mad at both you and James Ward. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go and experience a WFAN flashback. WFAN flashback. I took such offense, and maybe it's because Jake's my guy, at their disgust. They just discussed that I would even suggest.
One of them said, I forget who it was, one of them said, I don't know if it was James or Sean, that DeGrom's not even the ace of the Mets. I said, what are you talking about? Of course he is.
But I tried to out-Yankee them, because if you remember back in the day, even now, Yankee fans will cite the postseason a lot, which is great. So I did that with Jacob DeGrom, and I may have taken a shot at Luis Severino because of what happened in the wild card
game, right?
Right. And that doesn't matter. Why would you say that? Who cares?
Right.
He was great in the ALCS. Was he? Was he great? His postseason numbers are okay. And that's not me burying Severino. Right. It was more defending DeGrom, but it was the reaction that me even suggesting Jake is the ace is an absurd point. And it just bothered me, but normally it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah. Well, but there's a lot of things to be bothered about, right? I told you. It's a very cranky day.
Yeah.
And it's one of those days is very crazy. The weather makes me cranky to begin with. And then when you throw everything else in there, it doubles the crankiness.
You know what I think hit me? You know what I think bothered me? I'm thinking about this now. We have nothing as Met fans
Nothing.
Right now.
We got it right.
And I think
Ungats would be the word.
Ungats. The one small thing that I hold on to is that the best pitcher in this city is Jacob DeGrom.
Okay.
And I
now
felt
you can make a case for Severino. You certainly can.
Absolutely can. I never said it was a no-brainer.
Right.
And I felt attacked that the one thing I have, they're trying to take from me. Like, the Yankees have everything else. You have everything.
You think?
I'm not arguing anything else about your team. And the one tiny little thing that I have, you're saying, no, you're an idiot for suggesting it. And I felt attacked.
Yeah.
Those two bozos are just a bunch of fanboys. That's all they are. They got their little pinstripe pajamas and underwear that they wear. Wow. Bunch of fanboys. That's what they are. I'm sorry. I like them. I like Morash. He's a rising star in this business.
Is he? Is he
rising star?
Is he? Has he been doing shows?
Yeah, on the network. And I think he does a really good job. Yeah.
Morash is doing shows? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When is he doing that?
Because it's the network. I think he does it like weekends, overnight.
I did not know that.
No, he does a fine job. I like him. He's a good dude. I just think that in this case,
but part of Morash's thing is also to get a rise out of people.
I don't think he was doing it to get a rise out.
No, but that's naturally his ability.
Yeah. Well, that's good. He had a sore spot with me. You know, that's I think that's a sore spot now.
I get it.
So, there's a few spots I have. That's one of them. Don't attack Jake, you bozos.
It's a fascinating piece of audio.
Can you believe that I put you over, though?
You did put me over,
I said you're a rising star in the business.
Which, but here we are.
And here we are.
Here's where Ernie was right.
Here I am.
Here's where Ernie was right about something. I don't say anything to get a rise out of people, but when I see that I've said something that does get a rise out of people, I'm no longer up for debate. I want to see that rise continue, and that's what I felt that day with you.
So you saw it, and then you said, this is a scab, let me pick it.
Yeah, I believed it. I'm not going to pretend. I didn't say Luis Severino. No, I loved Luis Severino. I was protecting my guy. I thought he was only going to take the next steps further. I was clearly wrong on that, but once I saw how much it actually offended you, oh, baby, I had you hook, line, and sinker.
Do have an exact date. It was May 17th, 2018. Which is very early on in the DeGrom rise, when you think about it.
And yet,
he hadn't won a Cy Young yet.
Doesn't 2018 feel not that long ago?
It doesn't. I was saying this to Tiki last week that 10 years ago feels like yesterday. Even 20 years ago feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
But 1993 and 2003 feel like a million years apart.
It's so true, man.
As you get older, time moves in this weird, different kind of way.
It does. That is wild. Wild. 2018. That was it. That was 8 years ago. We've already lived the whole DeGrom run. It's been long over.
And Severino.
Yeah, what? Severino's pitched more relevant games for the Mets more recently than DeGrom has.
It's funny how the world works. So, yeah, that was May 17th, 2018. Yeah. Rising star in the business. Mm-hmm. You're a bozo.
Yeah. So, two things could be true.
Yeah. Seems pretty evident. We'll get to what John Harbaugh said about Tyrone Tracy in just a few minutes because I thought it was a fascinating study, and I still can't figure out what his plans are for Tyrone Tracy. But let's go to Ross down in Florida. What's up, Ross?
Hey, Evan. Great to talk to you guys. I love your show. You're an absolute tremendous dad, and I really appreciate that about you. Besides the obvious and what everybody respects you for is your tremendous sports acumen.
Thank you.
If you give me a second, I wanted to give you guys a little perspective from a sports medicine point of view. I've been in the field for almost 30 years. I met Tiki Barber a long time ago. But anyway, what I wanted to say was there is hurt and there is injured. Now, injured is, say, me with 3 pinched nerves in my back and can do CrossFit and do Tough Mudders and Spartan races. And then you got a guy that's hurt and then nothing shows up on their MRIs or x-rays. And those guys can't do anything. Now, I've seen thousands of people like that where you can't come to a definitive diagnosis. And so this is a big problem. And so, like, I'm not privileged to all the information, so I don't know what's really going on with him. But when you cannot objectively find something wrong with the individual, then you have to look for other reasons.
Yeah, but I think in the case of Giancarlo Stanton, for whatever reason, his body just breaks down.
That's it.
Whether it's the tennis elbows he dealt with, whether it's one calf and then another calf, and I know earlier in his career, part of the speculation was he was too muscly, he had too many muscles. It's like Juan Gonzalez back in the day. I don't know the reason. All I know is I think if Stanton could, he'd be out there like he has in the postseason. I gave this number earlier. He's played 54% or 56% of available regular season games as a New York Yankee, but he's played 98% of available postseason games. That is a striking difference. And I think it shows you that when he can, he's going to push it to play.
He wants to. He has desire. It's going to kill Giancarlo Stanton deep down. He'll be happy. It will burn at him if the Yankees win a World Series this year because of how much he has tried to push and have this accomplished. And to have that all fall apart, it's going to eat at him if this happens this year without him.
No doubt. By the way, just a random thought, because I was reading a Bill Plaschke article in Los Angeles about the Mark Walter situation with ownership.
Good for Bill still going.
What?
Bill Plaschke. Good.
Oh, yeah, he's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Who would you compare him to in New York writers? The Bill Madden of L.A.?
Yeah, but he's more relevant now than Bill is.
Bill Madden's still around, isn't he?
Not as much as Plaschke is.
Anyhow, Bill Plaschke was talking about the Dodger ownership situation, and Craig made this point last week about that clause that Ohtani has in his contract that if ownership sells, he's a free agent. He has a right to opt out. Now, I don't think he would, just based on all the deferred money that's owed, but I think if ownership is forced to sell in L.A., we shouldn't be excited about Shohei Ohtani. I don't think that's realistic nor real. We shouldn't be excited about the potential sell-off of players. We should be excited about the new team president of the New York Mets, Andrew Friedman. That's what we should be excited about. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, David Stearns. We'll take that guy. I'm just saying, if the Dodgers fall apart, the piece we should be most excited about is not the carcass left on the bad contracts of Freddie Freeman or Mookie Betts or the dream of Shohei Ohtani. It's Andrew Friedman.
Or
bring him in, bro.
Who was the other finalist besides that group for the Dodgers to buy the Dodgers?
I don't know what that means.
Steve Cohen.
Oh, Steve Cohen buys the Dodgers?
Sells the Mets, buys the Dodgers.
Could you imagine that?
Combines them into one team called the Mets.
He says, I'm going to keep Metropolitan Park. You buy the team. I'm going to make money on the surrounding area and own the Dodgers.
Well, you know when that happened, it was complicated, but Jeffrey Loria did that with the Expos to the Marlins. Where when the Expos sold to Major League Baseball and they tried to contract the Expos and then eventually sold them, became the Nationals, the whole thing. Yeah. Loria went from Montreal to to Florida. And then, of course, he sold the Marlins.
Jeez,
what a
hopping
loser.
around killing NL East teams.
That's a good little speculation. Just to piss off Met fans. That's
Steve
a good
Cohen's going to buy the Dodgers.
Yeah. He tried to buy the Dodgers. Now he's got the Mets. The Dodgers are in trouble. I'm going to sell the Mets and buy the Dodgers.
It was he and Edwin Diaz's plan all along.
Obviously, that is not true. He is kidding. That's not realistic. My thing is more realistic.
Friedman.
If you're going to pick up the carcasses of a Dodger team after Mark Walter's forced to sell, and we're a ways away from that, but don't dream about Shohei Ohtani. Don't dream about Freddie Freeman. Dream about Andrew Friedman. Did that rhyme? Oh, Freeman to Friedman. That's why.
Yeah, that's something rhyme there.
That makes sense. Jeff in Charleston, South Carolina. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, guys. Great show. Laugh my ass off every day.
Appreciate you.
Question about that hit that Jaxson Dart took that sent him to the tent. The only thing everybody's talking about is how he questioned, being sent to the tent. But I don't hear anybody talking about why that wasn't a penalty, why a flag wasn't thrown. That blitzing back hit Dart in the chest with the crown of his helmet. I mean, are we supposed to be protecting quarterbacks?
You want to answer that one, Sean?
I think there's a little difference between hitting with your helmet and leading with your helmet. Look, as much as I'd love to, wave the pom-poms, I just thought that was a good old-fashioned, actually technique-perfect football hit.
So
I
a
really did.
couple of things that are related I want to get to. Tyrone Tracy missed a block. He knows he missed a block.
Mm-hmm.
And then coincidentally or not coincidentally, I know at the time when it first happened live on the air, my reaction to the signing of,
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris, thank you very much, is this a message to Tyrone Tracy?
Right.
Just a natural reaction. The more I thought about it, no.
Yeah, he was scheduled to visit before that preseason game even happened.
I agree. And they've been interested in a running back all offseason.
Yes.
Whether it was talking about drafting one or going after Kenneth Walker. So it was an initial reaction, but okay, fine. In this recent game, without any reason other than, I guess, a mind cramp, we also saw Tyrone Tracy off a self-inflicted fumble.
Terrible.
So now there have been two egregious mistakes by Tyrone Tracy. And so I was very curious, not to hear what Shaun Morash said. No offense, I am, but not as curious.
No, I got you.
Like, how does John Harbaugh handle this? Because John Harbaugh inherited Tyrone Tracy. He didn't bring him with him. Like, what does Tyrone Tracy mean to John Harbaugh? Now, John's not an idiot. He's seen the tape. I'm sure he's already seen all the tape of every carry Tyrone Tracy or missed block Tyrone Tracy's ever had in his NFL career. So I don't think he's naive to it.
And a lot of fumbles in year one. He's sure he's seen
No doubt. And Tiki admitted on the air this week or last week, he contacted Tyrone Tracy after one of the fumbles. We were talking about that in relation to Keith Hernandez going to A.J. Ewing recently. Yeah. So I was curious what John would say about Tyrone Tracy. You got to listen to this. I think this is fascinating. He rips him and puts him over all in the same sentence.
Okay.
It is like an artwork of words that John Harbaugh uses to describe Tyrone Tracy and his place in the New York Giants hierarchy. So take a listen, and we'll see if you agree with me.
Well, I don't think you say, hey, a bad player, even two bad plays, nullifies a whole career body of work, so to speak. And even in the game, he played well. He had numerous good runs, catches, pass protection pickups were good. But he had the one play. It's the one thing you don't want to have as a running back. And in the last two games, he's had two things you don't want to have. So, nobody feels worse about it than he does. I mean, he's very conscientious, very determined guy. It matters a lot to him.
So he starts by, he's great, he's fantastic, and then shifts into like that disappointed teacher tone of, hey, he made two mistakes, and then goes back to saying, hey, no one's harder on himself than him. Listen to him continue talk about Tyrone Tracy.
The rest of the plays were all good. They were all pluses. So you don't hold it against him. At the same time, you understand how valuable and important those things are to your football team, and he knows as well. So it's just a balancing act that way. It's an ongoing pecking order was your phrasing on it. It's ongoing right now. It's still to be determined over the course of the next week to see exactly where it shakes out, and we'll keep working at it.
It sounded like he weaved back and forth between criticizing him and defending him. That's what I got from John. What'd you get?
I completely agree, but I also think this is just evidence, again, of being a great coach. This is the way I read between the lines. Tyrone Tracy, when the lights have been on for John Harbaugh, now on two examples, have had two inexcusable plays that if they were regular games could either cost you a quarterback or cost you a football game, right? And I think by mentioning those and reiterating those, he's also bringing up that there were positives because he knows Tyrone Tracy's going to be on this team this year. He may be buried a little bit. Maybe Singletary now is running back 2. We'll see with Najee Harris. And there's a good chance at some point in this time in this year, due to injury or whatnot, Tyrone Tracy's going to have a game or two where he's the bell cow Giants running back. And those positives that he mentioned now are going to need to be reinforced later while not letting him be able to get away with the idea that he had 2 inexcusable plays.
I don't think he's in any jeopardy of being cut.
Cut's the wrong word, but here's the scenario.
Buried on the chart?
I think buried on the chart, which is, okay, listen, you know, the lights are on and this is what's happening. But I also think they added Najee Harris. What the Giants don't know and what we don't know and what the NFL doesn't know is, you know, Arizona's got a lot of running backs. If James Conner becomes available, do the Giants look at that and go, we'd rather James Conner than Tyrone Tracy?
It's possible.
So I don't
We
think,
see that sometimes
Exactly.
before the final rosters.
And I think that's a scenario where he wouldn't be back, but I doubt that happens. So, yeah, I think he's going to be on the team. I don't think he's going to be running back 2 to start the year, but they're going to inevitably, you know, Scatterbo will miss 2 games. You're going to need Tracy, and you want to be positive now when you can be.
I'm a nice guy.
All right.
Because I did this with Tiki late last week, and I laughed how Sean will be upset come January he wasn't a part of it. But I want you to be a part of it because I'm curious.
Okay.
Long-term prediction. Not including Jaxson Dart. So we're talking about running backs. Who leads the New York Football Giants in rushing yards this upcoming season?
Cam Scatterbo.
Cam Scatterbo.
I do believe that. I do
think he's going to stay healthy.
Yeah,
he's going to get the ball enough. You think all of that? Okay.
He's definitely the number 1 running back. I think he's definitely the guy with the most engine. But I also think, like, even if he gets hurt for a couple games, I don't think he's going to have a season-ending injury that would put him in jeopardy of not being the leading rusher.
What's fascinating about the question and the answer is myself, Tiki Barber, and Shaun Morash all gave different people. Isn't that crazy?
Who gave Singletary?
Nobody.
Somebody gave Najee Harris?
I gave Najee Harris, yeah.
Oh,
I think
so
if he's
wrong.
healthy, have you seen his resume, his history prior to last year?
4,000-yard seasons. Guess what? Last year
Has
happened.
Tyrone
and
Tracy
still
had a
Achilles.
1,000-yard rushing season?
1,000 yards all purpose back-to-back
No,
years.
but the game is rushing yards. You just heard me, right? Okay, so why you bringing that up?
Who was a more productive back more recently?
Tyrone Tracy. Okay. No doubt. I think he's RB1 right now.
Then why do I care that Najee Harris 2 years ago had 1,000
Because we know
rushing?
it's in him. Because we know he's capable.
I know it was once in him.
Right, and I think it's fair to be skeptical that he doesn't have it, but it's also not crazy for me or anyone else to suggest that he's going to end up as RB1. I don't think that's crazy.
I think
he's not that far removed from it.
I think it would take a big Scatterbo injury for a minute for Najee Harris to be running back 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I said Najee Harris, Tiki said Tyrone Tracy, and you have just said Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah. That's funny.
I can't believe you thought of Devin Singletary before Najee Harris.
Because
the guy was a Pro Bowler. You act like I'm bringing up a nobody.
Because I think it's obvious at this point the 2 guys are going to get the most carries on the team are Scatterbo and Singletary.
To begin the season. That's far different than 17 games.
Outside of assuming injury, what would give either of you the idea that based on everything we've seen this camp, that it's not going to be Scatterbo?
Because Najee Harris's resume. Like, he's a good football player, had an unfortunate injury last year for the Chargers. Like, his resume, and now granted he's been in the league longer, is more proven than Cam Scatterbo or Tyrone Tracy. That's just a fact.
If the Giants announced tonight, hey, we're looking to trade either Cam Scatterbo or Najee Harris, who do you think gets more calls?
Say that one more time.
Giants announced tonight we're trading either Cam Scatterbo or Najee Harris.
That's not fair. Scatterbo was drafted a year ago. Harris was just a free agent 5 minutes ago. That's not the way to answer a question.
But it is, because for you to say, well, look, based on resume, okay, it's based on resume. Based on where they are right now, Scatterbo's the better player.
All right. Private, then. Little long-term prediction.
All right.
I think Najee Harris will have more rushing yards this season than Cam Scatterbo.
Okay.
You know, I'll put it on the line.
I won't put anything on the line because that would involve Scatterbo being hurt. That's the only way it happens, so I'm not betting that.
Yeah, but you'd be winning. I'll get you a Scatterbo jersey if he ends up with more rushing yards than Harris. And if I win, you get me a Jet jersey of my choosing. Done. Perfect.
You still haven't given me the net jerseys or sizes.
You haven't given it to me. No. Hold on. Time out on the Nets.
What?
No. In fairness, the reason, so Sean owes me Brooklyn Net jerseys for Mikael Brown. The reason I haven't given it to him yet is I'm waiting on the Nets officially announcing their jerseys, the alternates for this year.
Okay, great.
I don't want to do black or white. I want to see what the other option is.
That's fine.
And then I will let you know.
But I have to keep saying this because at some point we're going to get to October. You're going to go, you forgot to give me the jerseys.
No, you haven't forgotten. I'm waiting on it. As soon as I see the Nets, what do they call those things again?
The jerseys?
No, it's not City Connect. That's baseball. What is that stupid thing?
No,
what's that dumb name for the jersey?
The home
color rush?
No, that's football.
I think it
Come
is
on.
City Connect.
No, that's baseball. Isn't baseball the stupid City Connects?
It
like
is.
the White Sox wore Friday.
I think baseball took that name from basketball.
It's the same idea.
City Edition.
City Edition, yes. I want to see the city edition because it's their 60th anniversary. So they better be whipping out some red, white, and blue ABA balls.
I agree.
That's what
I didn't like
want.
the way they did it last time, though. I'd wear it more.
Yeah, I agree with you. But that would be the jersey I'd want. Anyhow, we'll see. Cam Scottaboo versus Najee Harris. And no one picked Devin Singletary.
No, they did not.
Let's go to Rock on Long Island, speaking of which. What's up, Rock?
How are you?
Good.
Good, great show as always. Evan, I'm going to direct this to you. I was going to direct it at Morash because he had we had the little tiff between Harbaugh and Dable. But you sort of stole the thunder out of my question. So you really think that Harbaugh brought in Najee Harris to beef up that running back room, or did he bring him in because, you know what, I'm not going to sit still for that missed block. And then on top of it, he fumbles on Sunday.
Yeah.
So
the reason...
Me personally, I think he brought in Najee Harris to make a statement.
So I thought that initially. That was my instant reaction because that news broke while Tiki and I were on the air. When I thought about it, I thought about the fact that they were connected to Jeremiah Love. They were connected to Kenneth Walker. Like, they were attached to top-line running backs this offseason, and they didn't add one.
Yeah.
So if they add a guy in Najee Harris who they're impressed by with the way he's recovering from this injury, it actually checks out that it was genuine. We want to add another body to this room.
And I think the least sexy, like not really a big deal answer is just this. John Harbaugh, if you look at all these Ravens teams, always carries 4 running backs, not including the fullback. The moment Turbo Miller got hurt in that game, they were down to 3 running backs that were worthy of rostering in the NFL. So I think that helped. I think it was more to do with more Turbo Miller than it did Tyrone Tracy.
Deshaun Watson has responded to the criticism he's faced after he bashed the fans. We'll take a listen to what he had to say, plus your calls, 888-808-1019. No Tiki, but Shaun Morash. What is the guy saying in the clip?
You fat slop.
No. The Cinco de
you
Lunch.
fat slob.
I'm thinking of the voice in the Cinco de
Hide
Lunch.
the queso?
Shaun Morash in the building.
In the booth.
In the booth, that's right. I was about to say, Shaun Morash in the booth. We're here till the carton takes over the booth at 2 o'clock.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. Now is the perfect time to stock up on fall essentials from Flag and Anthem. Restock your closet with their premium denim, new luxe stretch tees, and super comfortable flannels. Flag and Anthem has you covered with wear anywhere versatile clothes for end of summer and the fall. Visit flagandanthem.com. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
20 days until the Jets kick off the season against the Titans. Talk about Gang Green here on The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always available on the Odyssey app.
Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Phillies and the Mariners open up a 3-game set in Seattle. I think Philly keeps rolling. The Phils have won 9 in a row. Their offense is clicking, and they've got Zach Wheeler on the mound, who's been better on the road this season than at home. Seattle's a disaster. They got blown out again yesterday, 19-2, and while they have Logan Gilbert pitching, he's got an ERA nearly double at home than on the road. This game is a pick'em. I'll take the hot team, Phillies to win. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Listen weekdays to Evan and Tiki for the Call of the Day. Brought to you by Wind Creek Bethlehem. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you haven't checked out Collars & Co. yet, now's the time. They're the makers of the original dress collar polo that's changed the game. And now they've opened their first ever store right here in Manhattan. Whether you're looking for sharp shirts, everyday style, or their new Maverick Performance blazer, you'll find clothes that look great and feel even better. Stop by their new boutique at 182 Columbus Avenue or shop online at collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki and get 20% off your order.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you more of what matters. More passenger space and headroom for greater comfort. More cargo space, a lower lift-in height, and a standard power liftgate on every model. More connectivity with Google built-in integration, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. All in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Drive a Mazda during the Mazda's More to Move You sales event and discover what makes Mazda the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
It's fall, which means you're going to fall hard for this Dunkin' $6 meal deal. Now you get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. So wherever you're headed, work, school, the gym, or your next adventure, your breakfast or afternoon pick-me-up is covered. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal deal.
When you're at my level, you even spell sales differently. S-A-I-L-E-S. Now, I've closed enough deals to know a couple things. Hustle takes breaks. Infrastructure doesn't. The best sales teams don't wake up wondering where pipeline will come from. It's always working, quietly, in the background. Sales AI is pipeline as infrastructure, always on, like a power grid running under your reps. Start today at SAILES.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save $900 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new auto customers surveyed in 2025 who switched to Allstate and reported savings, potential savings and availability varies by state.
Got something to say about the Jets, the Giants, the Yankees, or Mets? Don't just yell at the radio. Get on it. Call the fan at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
Time for the WFAN Fan Focus. It's a true feed up and relax summer night for us locally with baseball. No Mets, no Yankees. We don't even have a Rays game to track. We do have the Red Sox and Marlins at 6:40. As Boston's 3 games back of the Yankees. And after Deshaun Watson was named the starting quarterback by the Cleveland Browns, he had a message for Browns fans.
My emotions got the best of me. And, my comments wasn't intending to go at any of the fans around in the city. Because there's been a lot of great fans that have been supporting me. And I know the frustration this organization have put, a lot of investment and coming, to get me back in 22. And things haven't been going the right direction that we thought it was. A lot of injuries, a lot of time off, and not putting the best football and my foot forward. So, again, just, I understand the frustration. I understand everything that kind of goes into that. And moving forward, I just want to focus on football, making sure that, I'm putting the best product out there, having the best ability, because I thrive off the energy. I thrive off the energy of the fans. I thrive off the energy of the community. I thrive off all that stuff.
Well, he apologized. I mean, he should have said that answer over the weekend. Like, if he gives that exact answer to the question on how did it feel to get booed in your own ballpark, we're not talking about this today. So I appreciate and respect that he finally gave the right answer, but to a lot of Brown fans or just sports fans listening, it's probably too little too late.
It is. And I just keep thinking about this dumb organization, the Browns, actually ruined the Giants potentially.
How the hell does this come back to the Giants?
I actually think I'm right on this.
I'm open-minded, but I always joke with Sean, everything comes back to the Giants. This one, because once he's done, I'll tell you how this actually improves the Brooklyn Nets' chances of competing next year.
No, hear me out.
I'm just kidding.
These morons, and I'm going to call them morons in Cleveland, with this hanging over the head at quarterback, needed a real head coach. And for them to just hire Todd Monken all willy-nilly and take him out of his job, which was, as Harbaugh stated the moment he left, he was bringing Todd Monken to be the Giants' offensive coordinator. The Giants did not have the offensive coordinator they'll inevitably have next year when Todd Monken's fired by Cleveland for a year. We have set back the Jaxson Dart Monken development a year so the Browns could figure this out.
I got you. No, I got you. It's a weird way to bring it back to Giant talk, but...
Am I wrong?
Are you wrong about what?
He was going to be the Giants' offensive coordinator.
We all know he was going to be, and he got the head coaching job in Cleveland. So what's your overall point?
I think
that the Browns were out to screw the Giants?
I think the Browns knew it was going to be a mess, and I think the Browns hired a placeholder for a year. I don't think he's intent on being the head coach of the Browns.
I think you're probably right. I mean, I think you're right that he's probably one and done or two and done. And then if things don't work out with Matt Nagy, he can become your offensive coordinator. That was a great poll, though. You know what? I'm impressed by you.
Thank you.
Your ability to bring everything back to the Giants is damn impressive.
Thank you. I talk about them often.
I may do it often with the teams I root for. You do it at a Hall of Fame level.
On a George Lombard level.
Yes. Now, I want you to be fair.
All right.
Because I know this is like the second time I'm doing this in a week, and it sounds like, oh, God. Craig really rubbed off on Evan on this one. He wants to take credit for everything. I'm just asking.
All right.
So, obviously, Big Blue Tent. Me and Tiki for the last week.
Yeah, great.
You don't like the nickname? It's not funny?
It's not. I mean, we're just not going to allow it. I'm going to dump every time you say it. Go for it.
Fine.
All right.
Here's Rich Eisen earlier today talking about the New York Giants.
I love it. All right. What's going on with the G-Men, Mike? The whole big blue tent and Jaxson Dart. I mean, I guess my first question is the conversation that's come out of that.
Did he rip me off?
He absolutely ripped you off.
Big blue tent.
Also, You talked about, is there a narrative? Jaxson Dart didn't play this week. This is a week-old story, and it's the first thing Mike Garafolo is being asked about the Giants on a national show. So don't tell me there's not a narrative.
Tent.
That's not the point of this discussion. I'm just bringing up that Eisen
he ripped
me off.
He ripped it off.
No
Big
credit,
blue tent.
No little like, hey, and I've heard this dopey talk show host say this.
No, he totally ripped it off. Or one of his producers/writers ripped it off and fed it to him. We're a powerful station here, Evan.
No, it's okay.
Big blue tent.
And by the way,
love Rich, but
it's flattery if somebody hears that.
I'm not bothered. I was asking.
No, they definitely heard it here. There's no doubt about it.
So it's catching on. Does that bother you?
Yes.
Now Rich Eisen's repeating it?
We should be expunging it.
Expunging it?
It's very, people know that you're going to get a lot of traction if you talk about or tweet about Jaxson Dart in the blue tent. So it's just taken off by wildfire.
Do you know off the top of your head? Wait, I think both networks do it. Who does Jets Giants this weekend? Isn't it both?
I know that Bob Papa teased that NBC will have the game.
Did both networks do it when it's Jets Giants? Does Ian do it? Probably not, right?
Okay, a lot of years they don't.
I don't think they do.
But the Jets are the home team, are they not?
Right, they're the home team. I'm just curious because if the Jets do it, if Ian does the game, I'm going to ask him for a favor.
The big blue tent.
You know what that favor is?
By the way, I don't know what the deal is, and maybe it's money saving. Both networks should do it because I think the preseason game is different than a regular game. You want to know the ins and outs of your guys and your players.
Honestly, and this is what's so crazy, I don't remember if both do it. I don't even know if that's a thing or not.
I know for a fact there have been years that both don't do it. That I know.
Okay.
I know from watching the game being like, and I love Ian, but I'm getting all like the Jet interviews and everything. I don't
Yeah. No, and I get that. It's a home broadcast.
Yeah.
It's not Ian's fault. It's a Jet or Giant broadcast.
You get 3 home broadcasts a year. They're the preseason games.
I'll get you the answer before the show's over because I'm curious. Because if the Jets are doing the game.
It looks like it's just on NBC.
Damn it.
Isn't that weird now, though?
I feel like it's
usually on the
always
home
just
team.
on NBC.
No. Ian's definitely done them. It's usually the home team, which I find odd that they're switching it up.
Should I ask Carl Banks for a favor? He won't do it. He won't do it.
He'll quote tweet you with like a zipped up face.
Well, I wouldn't do it publicly. I'd ask him privately. Say, Carl, do you mind calling him Big Blue Tent?
Big Blue Tent.
No, he's not going to. I'm not. You know what? I'm not even going to put him in that position.
As long as we're here, too.
Yeah.
And we love him. He's our guy.
Who we ripping about?
Did you watch the Giant game?
Yes.
With
In the
Game
small
Time?
booth?
Yeah. Forget the small booth.
Phil Simms, you got a problem with Phil?
Can Phil come back to us, please?
Which part?
Is
there something specific he said? Yeah, go ahead.
The very first drive of the game, when Tyler Newman makes a stop and goes with an out-of-control handshake to Greg Newsome, Phil Simms had the nerve to say, Tyler Newman coming off a solid year last year. Phil, the guy's fighting to be potentially the fourth safety on this team if he doesn't start. And the reason for that is he had the opposite of a solid season last year. He was arguably the most unplayable starter on the Giants last year. And I love you, Phil. You can't say in a preseason game he had a solid season.
Were you the only one bothered by this? Or a lot of Giant fans dude, come on, you got to know this.
I did tweet it right away, and I got a lot of response going, I thought the same thing, which is just, and you don't want to bang up. He's a Super Bowl MVP. You don't want to
there's
kill
certain
Phil.
analysts you just don't want to rip. I get you.
But it just screamed, Phil, you're not doing your homework there, man.
Well,
you can't have done your homework and said he had a solid season.
It's tough because Bob Papa and Carl Banks watch every snap of every game. They're the broadcasters.
I know.
Phil Simms is a national football guy. I think he even still is without doing the analyst. So
that's why I feel bad saying it, but it's an unacceptable
You feel
comment.
bad saying it, but you use the 50,000 watts in the free Odyssey app and YouTube to basically say, hey, Phil Simms, you're an idiot. That's what you decided to do.
Last segment.
With a giant legend.
I'll let Craig deal with the calls.
I don't think he's going to get. He's going to get wall-to-wall Phil Simms calls.
I can't be the only one that heard that. Went, Phil, what are we doing here?
I'll tell you this. I'll get into that. I'll get into this at 1:50. But let me get to some of your calls because we've ignored the calls for too long. Sean apologizes. Here we are. Let's go to Chris in Bayshore. Chris.
Yeah, hey, guys. Listen, Ev, I got to take you to task on two things. First of all, I got to support my fellow Bayshore Marauder with Shawnee.
That's right.
It's funny, but like Shawnee will say something, and then you'll embellish it to like Letterman levels and make Shawnee seem like he said something he didn't say.
Thank you.
So totally unfair. Sticking up for Shawnee on that one. And the other thing, I hung an L on you last week. I got to hang another L on you this week for the American League East is over. It obviously is not. You got to put the L on.
I mean, it's one of those things where if the Rays never relinquish the division lead, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that happens, and it's certainly on the table. Was I wrong?
No.
I mean, was I?
No,
like,
because
is it close right now with 3 games? Of course.
No, here's your out. If they still win the division, your argument could have been the division lead was so far that even if they close the gap, they'll never complete it.
And that was basically my point.
Yeah.
So
and we're at that spot right now, right?
Yeah, I can't wear an L for something that hasn't happened yet. What I am giving in on is when I said AL East was over, I did think the Rays would hold on. I still do think the Rays are going to hold on, but I acknowledge that with a month plus to go, 3 games is make-upable. Like, they've cut into the deficit. But I don't think I wear an L till the Yankees win the division. And if they do, I'll wear it. I earn it.
I'm not there yet, but, I mean, by the end of this week, I could get to the point where I'd be surprised if the Yankees don't win the division.
Wow. That's a big stance.
Because I'm staring at that Rays schedule. I'm saying the Yankees are the better team. And they're getting Judge back. They're the better team. They're going to have a big September.
Luke on Long Island, an accusation against Shaun Morash. What's up, Luke?
Well, you know, you kind of spoiled it a tad, but I got a tiny posted and toasted for you real quick.
What's that?
August 10th, 2019. Which WFN employee tweets, Gio Urshela meet Cooperstown, Cooperstown meet Gio Urshela?
Oh, my God.
Show me this tweet.
Is that true? I got to find that.
True.
I'm looking for it right now.
I'll look.
I don't see it, but I will track it down. I'm surprised that Dan hasn't tracked it down yet.
Sean, Gio Urshela.
What about him?
Cooperstown?
There's no way I said that.
I will look to confirm it. I need to make sure that it's an accurate tweet because you can call in, anybody can accuse you of anything. Plus, people may create fake tweets of Shaun Morash.
That's of course. Wouldn't be the first time with me.
I have not seen it, but if I see it...
I only see 2 Gio Urshela tweets. I don't see either of those.
It's also possible you spelled it wrong.
Been following this dude at Disney for half an hour, just realized it's not a Gio Urshela jersey. It's an Ursula from the Little Mermaid jersey.
That's a good one.
And in 2021, Gio Urshela just looked like Spider-Man. That was crazy.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
And you know me with Spider-Man.
For now, innocent till proven guilty.
Thank you.
Innocent till proven guilty. Mike in Seaford. Hey, Mike.
What's up, boys? How are you? Good to have you back, Evan.
Good to be here. What's up?
So, crazy enough, I had a dream last night about you guys. I had a dream that you guys called me.
To get your opinion.
And you know I'm a Colts fan. No slander going on the pumpkin talk. I always got to say that. But you guys had asked me what's going to be the best and worst division in football. And I said the Colts and the AFC South is going to be the best, led by the Colts going to the championship. And you guys laughed, and then it went to Rage Against the Machine in your opening song. And you guys hung up on me. So I was like, you know what, I got a call today. So let me get your thoughts. What do you guys think is going to be the best and worst?
Best and worst division in the NFL. So off the top of my head, the NFC South
the worst.
Feels like the worst?
Yeah. The NFC South?
I'm sorry. I apologize. You're right. The NFC South is the worst, and the NFC North is the best. Let me phrase that correctly.
As it stands now, yes.
The NFC South one I feel most confident about because
I do too.
First of all, the division winner won 8 games last year.
Of course.
We're not speaking out of turn here.
Of course. Yes. And any one of those teams could be in last, first, and easily out Saturday, 4:30 wildcard weekend. The best, I mean, dude, I don't know. I still look at Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers and go, are we sure it's not the AFC West?
Here's the problem with some of these divisions. So the AFC West still features the Raiders.
Correct. Problem.
The NFC West still features the Cardinals. So as good as the top of those divisions may be, Seattle, LA, and San Francisco, and think about last year, 3 of those teams won 12 games, it's tough to consider something a great division when there's a 3-win team mixed in there. And that's why I lean towards the NFC North, because I don't think there's a 3 or 4 or 5-win team in that division.
I don't love the Vikings, but I understand your point.
Yeah, but you don't love the Vikings. The Vikings, are they going 4-13?
They could have a bottom out with their quarterback.
I mean, look, anything is possible.
Kevin O'Connell could coach the Jets next year.
But they won 9 games last year.
I know, and they're sneaky good. You're probably right. I also think, we might be in play. The NFC East could end up being
I think
division.
the NFC East is an absolute candidate because
NFC West had 14 wins, 12 wins, and 12 wins.
The problem is Arizona. That's why, and that's kind of like a weird debate. Like if I asked you right now, last season, who was the best division in the NFL, some would argue the NFC West because of what you just said. But the Arizona Cardinals exist. They went 3-14. Meanwhile, in the NFC North, no one finished under 500.
Yeah.
Like to me, if I'm answering the question best division, I'm going top to bottom. But I agree with you about the NFC East. I think the Giants are having a big bounce back season. They can have a good season. They're bouncing back. They've been down for the last decade. You have to think if Jaden Daniels is healthy, the Commanders will be better than a 5-win year. I think the Cowboys are better than the way they played last year. I think there's a chance. The NFC East is like the NFC North, where everyone finishes above 500.
I think it's in play.
I think that's on the table.
Although your boy Al Cintron backtracking on his Commanders over.
What happened?
Which is the way everything's gone. Have you seen how bad Sonny Styles looks?
Yeah.
I mean,
what does that have to do with Al Cintron? Al Cintron's picking the Commanders to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
now all of a sudden he's backing off.
He took to Twitter yesterday to go, he doesn't want to switch up his pick, but he feels way less confident about the over than he was.
Well, first of all, why'd you make a pick? It's August.
Exactly.
You got to wait till a few days before the season. We're going to make our official picks on the Wednesday the NFL season starts, 2 weeks from Wednesday. Or is that a week from Wednesday? No, 2 weeks from Wednesday.
2 weeks from Wednesday.
2 weeks from Wednesday.
Are you ready? Can we just have an honest conversation?
What?
Are you ready for football?
Yes. Yeah, I'm also ready for the kids to go to school. And next question.
I'm ready for.
Got any other questions?
No, I don't know.
Am I ready for the fall? Yes, I'm ready for the fall. What else?
I don't know. I'm not there with football yet.
Am I ready for basketball too? Yes, I am. Am I ready for baseball season to end? Yes.
Because it's the Mets.
No, it's everything. I love the fall. It's my favorite season. So you're asking me as we're so close to fall, are you ready for fall to start? Dude, it's my favorite season. I would always give that answer.
Okay.
I wouldn't have thrown in the baseball season being over. That was a little added touch. But I love the fall. I love the kids going back to school.
I'm struggling right now trying to shut off my Yankee brain for Giant brain.
You don't have to. You use the brain for 2 things.
But even as I'm doing Giant shows and everything, I'm just obsessed with this AL East race. Like, I can't. I'm into it, but I'm not as into previewing the Giant season the way I normally would be.
Why can't you be into both? I don't understand that.
I am into both, but I'm usually by this point going, all right, baseball, I'll check back. Not that you check back in, but I know I'm going to be so emotional about October that I have room for it.
The opinion that Joe had that still boggles my mind to this day, and I adore Joe Beningo, but every year, he would always say, whenever we would bring up basketball, very quickly in November or December, bro, I can't, you know what? When the football season is over, I'll think about it. And I was like, but they play on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
If the Knicks are playing the Wizards on a Tuesday night, why would the Jets playing Sunday against the Broncos impact your ability to care about it.
No, dude, you're
and he was like, yeah, no, I understand. It's just, it's football. And I get, like, am I more invested in football? Of course. I'm not arguing that, but, like, why can't you do both?
Can is a different answer. It's just my passion for it. I think because when you watch football, most of us, we care about everything, not just your own team.
Sure.
And that bandwidth, for whatever reason, I'm going to get there, but usually by now I'm like, let's freaking go. Like I sat there last night, I had a quarter on of Titans and Seahawks. And usually I would be like pleasuring myself to the idea of seeing that on TV.
Can you relax?
And I can't get there with football. I don't know what it is. I can't get there with football yet.
There was something about last night's Titans game that did cause me to be excited. You know what that was?
All gas, no brake.
They suck.
They do.
They're
Cordell
really
pass
bad.
interference too.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Jets better win that game.
That
is a mustest win. The season is lost if they lose to the Titans week 1. You could pack up the truck. We're done.
They've been in the abyss for 55 freaking years.
And also last night I was reminded, sometimes we poke fun at Tommy and go, enough with the positive Tommy. It's time to just retire the bit. Okay.
Well, you're picking on Tommy an awful lot today.
Right.
I'll tell you that right now.
Enough, Sean, whatever, retire this. I've had enough. If Robert Saleh wants to run the stairs, let him run the stairs. I don't need another video of him in a different team's hoodie running the stairs. Every time the Titans play a game now, we're going to get Saleh running the stairs. I don't care about his exercise routine.
I agree with you. I did nothing else to add other than I completely agree with you. Anthony in White Plains. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my phone call. I think you guys have it all wrong. I think the worst division in football is going to be the AFC East, with the Dolphins and the Jets being awful, and I think the Patriots take huge steps backwards.
I agree with you about the Dolphins being awful. Unfortunately, I do think the Jets are a 4-win team, and I agree the Patriots take a major step backwards. So I agree with all three of those points, but I think if the Bills are a 13-win Super Bowl contender, again, much like Arizona brings down the NFC West, Buffalo will bring up the AFC East.
It will.
How can that be a worse division than an under 500 team winning the NFC South?
No, you're right.
So I get it. I don't disagree with that, but I still think it would have a little bit more value over a division like the South.
I think the problem is Miami could be 0-17, and if you have an 0-17 team, are you the worst division by default?
By the way, I have an opinion on the WNBA thing. Can I address that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, seriously?
Yeah.
So
Enes
Kanter, like wearing the shirt, women are this, I want to be in the WNBA. I got into a rabbit hole last night because I was like, what is going on here? Like, I was confused. Like, I was like, what is happening? There's not been one transgender player to attempt to join the WNBA. So this controversy is about the rules, right? Well, the rules state basically anybody can be in the WNBA. So that's causing guys like Enes Kanter, who is completely taking advantage of the situation to make himself relevant here.
Yeah.
He's trying to send a message, as well as others, like political points. Hey, WNBA doesn't have a firm rule on this. I'm entering the WNBA. It's not a controversy yet because nobody's challenged the rule in any kind of serious way. Like, Enes Kanter isn't being serious, right? He's getting political points, and I get it. Like, everything is a battlegrounds in the culture war, and I have to accept that. But if we're being real about, well, what's the issue? Because I looked it up. I didn't know what the issue was. I was like, what is going on?
It stems from Sophie Cunningham's comments.
I understand her comments in general about youth sports, and that is a completely different debate.
Way different.
In the WNBA, my understanding is, other than Enes Kanter doing this, no one's tried to enter the WNBA being transgender. So what's the controversy? Like, once that happens, and maybe it will, on a serious level, because Enes Kanter isn't being serious, he's just trying to exploit the way the rule is written. But until someone creates the real issue of it, it's not a real issue.
I agree. But, stunts like that, last night, it looked like wrestling when he's up there in the players'
when he raised his hands up, like,
this, and then obviously that, every time that the Fever in an arena, they're interviewing Sophie Cunningham, and then of course, the Caitlin Clark fights with every other athlete. I got to tell you, I started to, because we went to those couple games, the Liberty, and then I went back the year later. I went to a game when they won the finals. I was starting to semi get into it. I am completely turned off by the league now. It feels like wrestling. It's too political.
Here's the problem, and part of it isn't the league's fault, but it's become the battleground of a culture war.
Exactly, and I'm not interested in it.
Like most people don't want to be involved.
That's exactly right.
Like, people like to comment on it. Like, if you go on Twitter, it'll get like a billion different mentions, but that's not the majority of people. The majority of people are like, what are we doing?
And
what are we fighting about?
Look, I would never do this with a team I was already in love with, like the Giants, Yankees. Like, anything could happen in those leagues, and you have to.
We already saw it in the NFL. The NFL was a part of the culture war with the kneeling.
Right.
That was a big thing.
And I saw it when everybody would yell and scream, like, oh, I'm not watching football. BS. And, like, I would never give it up. But when the sport is trying to grow and you're a fan, maybe like me, where you're like, okay, it feels like a league worthy enough paying attention to, it just immediately turns you off now. Where it's like, I don't have time. I got enough problems in life. I don't need to be watching.
All I know is I spent 25 minutes. I took a break from the new TV show I'm binging to do my research on the WNBA, Enes Kanter, and everything that's going on.
What are you binging, The Bear?
I got to tell you what I'm binging.
All right.
Now, understand where I come from. I'm a 90210 guy. It's my favorite show of all time, tied with All in the Family.
All right, Blossom.
Okay? No. I can't get enough of this Desperate Housewives. I can't get enough of it.
What do you want, more torture over the Nets losing to the Spurs?
Oh, because of Eva Longoria.
Tony Parker?
I didn't even think of it.
She was on the sidelines the whole finals.
I know, but they're not even married anymore.
Well, during that era.
Young Eva Longoria.
Yeah.
She's in his mid. You know what she's doing in that show? I'm only on season 1, but you know what she's doing?
Stupping.
She's hooking up with the gardener.
Really?
And the gardener's 18.
That sounds like a Desperate Housewife.
And they started hooking up when he was 16. It's a statutory situation.
Is that right?
I'm sorry. Did I give away too much?
I mean, the show's 30 years old.
Show came out in 2004. But the only reason I started binging it is because on social media, I've been fed clips of Desperate Housewives. And the clips, I have to admit, were like whoa, that's interesting. And so I did my research and I said, I got to watch it. I went on Hulu. Dude, this weekend, it's during Met games now, too. Like, I'll have the Met.
Serious?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I can't get enough of this. This show is
you got
unbelievable.
Split-screen Mets and Desperate Housewives
David
going?
Stearns has turned Evan into a Desperate Housewives homer.
I can't get enough of this show. We could do a breakdown tomorrow if you guys like. If people are fans, we can break it down. I may do a podcast eventually.
Oh, God.
I'm still in season 1, so this is the early goings of a binge. I cannot get enough of that show.
Download and subscribe to the Eva Longoria everywhere you get your podcast.
The Eva Longoria. Or whatever. Anyhow, if you missed the show, rewind on the Odyssey app, the whole thing, the YouTube channel, the podcast. There's lots of ways to listen to the show. I think Big Mac is just going to live on a cruise, so I don't think he's back today. But Craig is here, so he'll be on the radio in a few minutes, and we'll talk to you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
The Yankees are 3 games behind the Rays as the Astros